It's time to wake up with a nice cup of morning roast.
Oh, yeah.
Featuring Bonte Hill and Joe Shesky.
Well, I'm about that action, boss.
Take him out! This is the morning roast on 95.7 The Game.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. We all take a deep breath from Victory Tuesday. We all take a deep breath.
Victory Tuesday. I got a story to tell.
I want to hear it.
You ready? Should we do it now or later?
You know what? Hit me now.
Hit you now?
Hit me now.
Can you?
I need you to uplift me a little bit.
All right. So, number one, I don't know if you know this, but it's Fleet Week. Okay.
Yeah, that's
and,
right.
you know, growing up in San Francisco, Fleet Week meant something very specific to me. Number one, we get to see the Blue Angels up in the sky. Number two, when I was in the classroom as a kid, you know, in grammar school, I went to school out in the Sunset. You know, I would hear all of the planes and everything going up over the sky. And I don't know, it was just really cool and really nostalgic. And to see all of I don't know if they're called first responders or just the people that protect this country, but I think that sometimes we forget how important those people are to this country. You know, I do. I think I specifically sometimes forget all these free liberties that I get because of people that are willing to risk their lives and to do things for us as a society. And so in San Francisco, Fleet Week is a big deal. Well, my buddy Ryan Crowley, who I grew up with, our grandmas know each other, my parents grew up with his parents, and so he organized this big tournament, all right? And basically, it started off as the Gun and Rod show, where these, you know, guys from the military would go up against the Olympic Club, and they would shoot at the range, and the winner, this is like 100 years ago, the winner would get some sort of a prize, if you will, at the end, some sort of a accolation. And so it's now evolved into basketball, softball, and this gun show, right, where they're shooting off at the range. If I'm not calling it properly, I apologize. So you had the Navy, you had the Marines out there, Bonte. The School of the Arts was competing in the softball game. So we had all this big softball tournament down at Moscone. It was pretty badass, dude.
Right. I see you guys lost to the cops, huh?
Well, I'm getting there.
Right.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And so you had we played the Marines first off, and they're in their full like Marine workout stuff, like the green tops with the green shorts.
They take it serious.
Oh yeah, but they were having fun. But like it's a trip. Like I don't think the average person realizes how much these people, you know, bust their hump for this country and just get zero credit. You know, we don't give them enough love. It's like a day, a week. These people need like months of praise because they're definitely tougher than I am. So we ended up smoking the Marines. God bless you. We destroyed them. And then we ended up going up against the fire department, San Francisco Fire Department. Right. They had saucy Flames jerseys that looked like the 1970s pullovers from the Giants.
Right.
And it said Flames.
Right.
Heat.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, they're pretty saucy.
They were playing basketball, too, up there at the Oak Club.
Yes.
I saw.
So the Oak Club ended up winning the basketball thing, but I played for the softball team. And it was a mixture of like 4 or 5 of our teams, all as one program. So the Oakland PD got their butts kicked by the San Francisco PD. Navy, they got crushed. They just, God bless them. Coast Guard got crushed. So out of nowhere, who makes an appearance? Lucille.
Lucille comes through,
Lucille came through.
He's got time on his hands now.
You know what the first thing somebody yelled at him?
What?
Where's Aaron Judge?
Oh, my gosh. Who, by the way, I got to get that. But go, Lucille. Did he have 5 rings on?
He had 3 rings on.
Okay, all right.
He got 3 rings on, and he was in rare form. He took a couple at bats, right-handed and left-handed, ran down the first base line, was safe. It was pretty funny.
Lucille makes some good coin.
You heard about that. Mascot's making $500,000 a year?
Well, I looked it up at a game because Eddie wanted to know how many. This is a couple years ago, actually. Lucille, I think, is pulling in like $300,000 or something like that.
Oh, really?
Because he does all these appearances. He's working the crowd at Oracle Park. Lucille's making some dough.
Yeah, well, Lucille's hat came flying off, and he puts his cell phone on the top of his head. There's like a little compartment, and then the hat goes over. It was very funny, very funny. So we took a bunch of pictures. I'll actually end up showing you some of these photos. But everybody was out there all at once, all at Moscone. We had a huge crowd. Here's us in the Marines
I saw that. I saw you posted it on Instagram.
And so it comes down to the final game of the championship. It's us versus the San Francisco Police Department, and they're rocking striped white SEALs jerseys. That's the name of their team.
That's pretty sick.
Dude, these jerseys were hard.
That's pretty sick, yeah.
Now, real credit to the fire department. They're hitting bombs.
Right.
I was on field 1 at Moscone. I had to catch a fly ball. They had a couple lefties that hit bombs.
Right.
I'm at the shortstop position on the other diamond, on diamond 2. These dudes were hitting bombs, but we ended up taking them out. And then we get to the championship game, and we lose to the police, the San Francisco Police Department, I believe by 2 runs in the final inning. I'm hurting, dog. I'm hurting.
Cops. Shout out to the cops.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Michael Hill. I guess my cousin didn't play, huh? Mike Hill.
No, I didn't see him out there.
I wonder who's out there.
Hey, they got a very good team.
Well, they got a lot of dudes.
Top to bottom,
my guy Calvin Douglas, who used to play at City College of San Francisco for the basketball team. They advanced to a state championship. That year they lost to Saddleback, but Calvin Douglas is an athlete. He's a cop. They got a lot of athletes in the force.
Oh, there are a lot
of athletes.
Well, their softball team, you could tell they just got a lot of baseball players, and they're very good. And I was discouraged that we lost to them, but it was good that somebody else finally won the championship because I believe Oak Club had taken them out 8 times in a row.
So wait. You're on the team that broke the streak.
Yeah, unfortunately. I feel like
good.
Jeter. I feel like Jeter walking off the field when they lost to the Arizona Diamondbacks.
That's not good.
Yeah, I know.
That's not good.
Well, we wouldn't have got there if it wasn't for your boy's contribution. So I just wanted to give a shout out to my boy Ryan Crowley. He put together a beautiful event.
How did Ryan Crowley do?
Actually, his best he hit forever. And
I saw him running the bases. He hit a bomb.
Yeah, he hit a bunch of bombs.
Why'd you say that?
Well, he gets a pinch runner run for him. He hurt himself again.
How'd he do that?
I don't know. I think the groin's messed up again.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, but he hit very well. So then afterwards, we had a big event down at the O Club where it was all of the Navy, all of the Marines,
right.
all the police.
I saw that, a lot of dancing going on. Yeah,
it was really nice. And it was just one of those things that, like, you come together, and we know San Francisco's a port city, and they've got all these great traditions, and it goes back hundreds of years. Fleet Week is badass, and
So real quick, because a lot of people are asking, what do you mean we?
I represent
Shasky was on the Olympic Club.
Yes, I was on the Olympic Club.
I wonder if the former fire chief was there.
No, but the former police chief was there, Greg Sir, and he was part of the emceeing of the night, and they gave out trophies and whatnot.
So you get a trophy?
Well, we got a second place trophy, and I'll show you a picture of it right here.
Are they going to, are some guys getting kicked out the open?
Look how happy Crow is.
Oh, my gosh. He doesn't look happy.
Yeah, very unhappy getting second place.
So you guys are going to get roasted all year long at the O Club for coming in second, right?
I hope not.
Maybe some fees get, increased.
Look, this is the way I would pivot. Hey, this is the way I would pivot. The San Francisco Police Department softball team is very good, and it is no shame in losing to them. Right. I'm glad that they won. They earned it. They kicked ass. They hit the team hits. Like they hit, and they played very good defense. That happens. It's softball.
So Conrad Arenas, good morning to him on YouTube. What's up, Shasky? I played for the SFFD Heat.
Oh, nice.
Played the morning game. Bummed I missed that game against you guys.
Yes.
Heard it was a close game.
Shout out Conrad.
Yeah, shout out Conrad.
I guess I did miss him. Well, I'm telling you, their jerseys
shout out
were
Ernie
sick.
Chavez. He's back on YouTube, apparently. He's got a new account, so shout out to all of them. But yeah, I saw some of the photos. I saw some of the videos. It looked like a really
awesome.
Cool event, man. My day got better. I went down there to NBC. They were having a big celebration with the trophy.
I saw that.
Donald Foyle was running material. They had some of the Warrior cheerleaders there.
Was he blocking people?
He was blocking
all-time
people
blocks
left
leader
there, right?
For the
He
Warriors?
said, come here, Bonte. Get over here. So he was running material.
Are you now part of his book reading club?
He sent Baby Chad some books. So she
Did
was
he?
bored. Yeah, he has some really good books.
Best,
he is the best. He's a nice dude.
He's
man.
so good.
He is really,
like
really
when we
cool,
talk
man.
about the Niners and the Giants do a great job of keeping former players in the fold.
The Warriors do a great job.
I know, but I feel like O'Donnell Foyle for a long time was like one of the few that like really hung around the Warriors even during the dark times. Mm-hmm. Like to me, I have a special spot in my heart for O'Donnell Foyle.
Yeah, he's a really good dude, man. He sent Baby Chad's books when she was born. Sent her like 4 books, man. Really cool books. He's got a lot of good stuff happening. So he was up there. They were doing raffles. It's good to see everybody.
I saw the championship trophy.
Yeah.
I saw Laura Britt was kissing it. I saw Carlos Ramirez kissing it.
Laura was like, come take a photo with me, Bonte. And I was like, oh, you just want to get close to a championship because God knows the Giants ain't close to
why
one.
You got to do it like that?
I did. And then, of course, she went to UAB. She was a Blazer. And I'm like, oh, you want no championships down there.
No.
So go ahead and touch the Larry for a second. Touch the Larry. But it was good to see everybody.
The wrong Alabama team. I mean, she could have picked Auburn and got away with it.
I know. She went to UAB. But hey, it worked out for her. She's doing a great job.
Hey, did you hear about those Giants?
I saw Kruger Kuip yesterday. That's as close to the Giants as I got yesterday.
Well, hey, if they win today, they could finish 500.
They can finish 500. It's a big game for them.
Oh, it's a big game for the station across the street.
Dude.
The whole offseason's going to be made in Brecken today.
Oh, my God. The Giants finished 500. Wasn't all bad. 500 baseball team.
What a mosaic.
Oh, my God. Leave my man alone.
One last punctuation on this.
All right,
if you're an Oakland police officer and you're out there, this is from my Uncle Danny. I got to put this out there. You guys got your butt kicked by San Francisco Police Department.
Oh, wow.
You know there's cross-department rivalries,
Oakland,
and they
San
wanted
Francisco.
to make sure that I put this out there.
All right, good
San
job.
Francisco Police Department kicked the crap out of the Oakland Police Department.
Right.
I love you both, though.
Yeah, just don't arrest me.
Please. That's what I'm hoping.
I may have
I'm
been
hoping
speeding this morning. Just leave me alone.
all of this slurping, I'm hoping can get me out of trouble next time I get pulled over.
Man, I don't even see the pitching matchups today for the Giants.
Oh,
Don't even have them up.
Brebia's going to start.
Is he really?
This is my favorite. The Giants. Trust us, we will replenish Rodon. Yet we can't find two other competent starters for the final 2 months of the season.
Oh, my gosh.
But trust me.
All right, so a couple news and notes here. Blake Bortles has retired from football. Go figure. Blake Bortles decided to call it quits.
Taking a knee in the AFC Championship game with like a minute and a half to go is like the high water mark of his career.
You know, the Jags really got robbed in that game. I thought the officials did a poor job. Very poor job in the second half. But you know what?
You're
that was
one of
his high
three
watermark.
people crying about that forever.
No, there's a lot of just Duval County, baby. Duval County. Look, man, your boy May had some chicken on that. I may have came out on top of that because they covered the spread, but it was buffoonery happening on that field. On that field.
That's
Gillette
an underrated
Stadium.
word.
It is a very underrated word. I've been waiting to use that one.
Buffoonery.
On the buffoonery I saw online yesterday. By the way, I got to say this.
John Heyman?
I got to say this. Yeah, we're getting John Heyman. I'm not even outraged over what he says, though. I don't even care.
I'm going to get in trouble again
Listen,
about him.
I don't even care about John Heyman. He unblocked me. We're good.
Oh.
He has his opinion. Whatever. His opinion doesn't matter. Because Aaron Judge said it doesn't matter. Aaron Judge himself said 73 is the record. Jeff Passan, who I respect out there in the baseball world. Case closed. Barry hit 73. That is the record. Stop with the nonsense. So I'm not getting outraged. I'm just going to celebrate. And what Aaron Judge did last night was really, really cool.
Swung on. There it goes. Deep left. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Number 62 to set the new American League record. Aaron Judge hits his 62nd. All the Yankees out of the dugout to greet him. Just think of it. 3 Yankee right fielders. The Babe hitting 60 and 27. The Jolly Roger hitting 61 and 61. And now Aaron Judge hits his 62nd home run, the most home runs any American leaguer has hit in a single season. And the American League has been alive for 120 years. This is Judgment Day.
John Sterling, WFAN, on the call. Of course, Aaron Judge hits the home run down in Arlington, Texas for number 62. We can do without the American League record, 62-62. You can say the Yankees record. You can say whatever you want to say. We just go, now we're separating AL from NL, whatever. But that was a cool call, a very cool call to see, the Babe, Maris, 61 and 61, and of course, Aaron Judge hit 62. I'm telling you, man, this may be one of the greatest contract years for a player of all time. The guy is in line for a triple crown. I mean, the guy, like you brought up, hey, man, Lucille, where's Aaron Judge at? Boy, it'd be great if the Giants could get this guy. It'd be awesome to get this guy.
I just can't. How do you see him leaving New York?
I don't.
I don't see it either. And I'm the biggest Giants homer on the planet, and I just don't.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I don't see how he's leaving New York. How can, even if they bow out, let's say they get swept in the playoffs, you're going to leave New York?
By the way, Lubman's the biggest Giants homer. Number one.
He's pretty outraged this morning.
Why is he outraged?
Oh, because Brebbia is starting.
No, he's not. He's not. I talked to him yesterday.
Is it actually Brebbia, though?
That's the rumor.
I checked and it said it was TBD.
Yeah, it said TBD.
I just assumed it's Brebbia because they have literally no one else who can start, apparently, but it's just, again, an assumption.
Alexander starting for the 4th time in 8 days.
Who knows?
Hey, speaking of which...
But Judge would be nice. And that was a cool moment. I don't even want to go down the negativity road today. We'll get to that in a second. Aaron Judge... Just a hell of a year. A hell of a year. It was cool to see ESPN do the split screens, to see every single at bat. I appreciated that. To see Pujols hit over 700, to see Judge hit 62 in a contract year.
By the way,
that was cool.
All this PED talk. Verlander missing basically 2 years, coming back, having like the greatest season of all time at 39 years old, and Pujols hitting basically 25 jacks when everyone thought he was washed 4 years ago.
Man.
Someone should investigate that. If you want to be all outraged, I don't care. I'm talking about the people that are like losing their minds over Bonds and Roy. It's like, why don't you look into that?
Like, look, Tom Verducci, right? SI.com, your boy Tom Verducci.
Oh, Tom.
Look at the quote from his article. Bonds is the official home run champion. Judge is the authentic champion.
The authentic.
One has the official designation. The other is unofficial, but has the prestige of authenticity. Which would you rather have? Well, so I don't get outraged by these dudes.
You know what,
to me, I don't care.
Why don't we read between the lines a little? Like, Roger Maris, he did 61 in 1961. It's very famous. I'm just so that you understand. This is a guy who hit 14 home runs, 28, 9, 19, 16, and then jumped up to 39, then jumped up to 61, back down to 33, 23. He basically is the 1960s Brady Anderson, and we're here interviewing his kid like he's Babe Ruth every single day, and I'm done with the whole like glorifying of Roger Maris. All right, it's great. He had a great single year. It was amazing. Good for you. Your son's 5 minutes is up.
Why?
Like, congratulations to Aaron Judge. Let's just enjoy Aaron Judge.
Well, not only that, but like, you want to start talking about who's authentic and who's not. So some of our Hall of Famers are not authentic. David Ortiz is not authentic, right?
Mike Piazza, in his autobiography, admitted that he had took steroids.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
In his autobiography.
He's in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame. Nobody's mad about that.
Ivan Rodriguez.
And he played in New York.
Yeah, I know.
By the way,
had a bat thrown at him by another roid rager in one of the greatest World Series moments ever, where Roger Clemens said, "I thought it was the ball." So you threw it at him.
By the way, Kyle Kelly, what up, Kyle Kelly? Miguel Cabrera, 3,000 hits. That's right. Another milestone.
He's on the deck for next year. You know he's got money next year,
Yeah, I know.
too.
He's getting like 25. His contract is great. His contract is awesome.
Imagine being him and you get to DH every couple days.
I mean, it is pretty good. You're living in Motown, making money. He's eating good. He's living life.
Are we going to take Yankee World Series away because Roger Clemens, Andy Pettitte,
no,
I don't know,
not.
All these other guys, they took steroids. Aaron Boone, Aaron Boone, we know took steroids. Giambi, we know took steroids. Nobody I don't care. Why do people care? But we're never going to take away those championships. How about Luis Gonzalez, who was, I believe, and had never hit more than 30 home runs ever in a year, hit like 57 one year. Game-winning hit in the Game 7, one of the greatest moments in American sports history. We taking that one away? We knew Luis Gonzalez.
It's just people want to be mad about anything. They want to complain about anything. I'm done with it. I'm trying to just be happy, enjoy sports for what it is. We got sports taken. Like, that's the thing. We got sports taken away from us due to the pandemic. I was miserable. I was miserable. Now we got it back, and these guys are playing their asses off. I mean, you get Judge hitting the 62. You got guys bumping their hump down the line. You got the Braves winning the NL East for the 5th straight time. These playoffs coming up are going to be riveting.
Who's your team that, now that we're here, because you bring up the Braves, who's your team to win it all?
I like the Braves again. They're loaded, man. They know. They just play good baseball. They're deep 1 through 9. I could see St. Louis making a run. I don't think their pitching is as deep. I'm not a big fan of the Dodgers rotation right now.
Well,
I'm just not.
No Walker Buehler is massive hit.
Tony Gonsolin, how is he? Is he stretched out? Do you really believe in Tyler Anderson?
No.
And you know what?
That's a quick no.
But you know what? I feel like the Braves are going to win it again. I feel like they're going to go back to back. But I'm pulling so hard for Dusty Baker to get that ring. I'm pulling so hard for him.
Yordan Alvarez is quietly having one of the monster seasons.
Monster season that nobody knows about.
I mean, and those Space City jerseys are so sick.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of those.
Who you got?
I'm with you on the Astros. I'm rooting for the Astros. As much as I know, you want to talk about cheaters? They got caught legitimately cheating with technology on the field, and we're not doing anything. Okay.
You know what I
like? Why are we more outraged on ball?
Right. But no, you know why I don't get outraged? You know why I don't get outraged? I know. In
the World Series, wearing wires.
But you know what's funny though? They won 2 games at Dodger Stadium.
I know.
Did they have wires at Dodger Stadium? Game 7?
B, that's one of the most scandalous things you could ever do in the history of the game. I mean, we made such a big deal about what was the one with Belichick? What did we call it?
Oh, Deflategate.
No.
Spygate.
Spygate. Okay? Like,
that's bad.
Right?
You're taping walkthroughs.
It still sticks around him.
Right.
This whole thing with the Astros, it feels like it never happened.
Well, Chris Carter was saying that Belichick was cheating when he was in Cleveland, when he was the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Let's see. I wanted another text here. Somebody asked me if I'm putting more money on the Niners next Sunday.
I just can't root for the freaking Braves.
It's tough to root for them.
I can't.
I want to root for Dusty, man. But the Braves and Reds. By the way, the Red Sox are cheating. The Yankees are cheating.
I hate the Red Sox.
They're all cheating. I loved it. I'm trying to break. I'm looking for my read here. All right, I will break. Relax. It's all good.
Look how much smiling he's got going on today.
Oh, I'm smiling. Well, just don't go on the Instagram page at 95.7 or Twitter. Boy, your boy had a day on Victory Tuesday. I'll explain on the other side. Brought to you by Lucky California.
Trick with BetQL. The Denver Broncos take on the Indianapolis Colts in prime time on Thursday night. When thinking about how to analyze this game, consider this trend. The last 9 Colts games have gone under in the total. In addition, 15 of the last 21 Broncos games have also gone under. When you have 2 teams hitting at the under, and those percentages, 43.5 seems a bit too high. This is a total you can feel good about betting the under. I'm Trista Crick, helping you beat the bookie.
Anywhere fans go to cheer on their team, there are behind-the-scenes MVPs, ensuring everything is game day ready. We see you, Joe, fixing seats so every fan can enjoy every game. And Allie, who keeps her stadium running smoothly from the moment the first game starts to the last play of the season. At Grainger, you're our MVPs, and we're always here for you, with supplies and solutions for every industry and 24/7 customer support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Kirby, they're your driveway mechanic, and they bring the shop to you. Brakes and tire replacements, oil changes, and so much more. And they just added a Kirby's eco-friendly wash. I used it last week. It barely uses any water, and it made my car look brand new. They use these biodegradable products that provide the ultimate shine and protection for both the interior and exterior of your car. And we know that I get that layer of fog, and you get all that soot on the car, but trust me, 4 days later, my car still looks unbelievable, and it was all within the ease of the driveway here at the station. The ultimate convenience, easy booking, transparent pricing, on-time arrival, service in your driveway, no waiting rooms, no coordinating rides, direct access to your mechanic. Friendly and reliable service, no middlemen, and no upsells. You can get $50 off your first oil change with the code OIL50. That's OIL50. Check out Kirby.com. That's CURBEE.com, or call 1-866-KIRBY. Kirby1. We're doing $200 gift card giveaways. That's enough for an oil change and an eco-friendly wash. Tune in to the Morning Roast.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
Have you considered walking through another door? I don't mean to pursue another opportunity, but upgrading a door in your home. Now, if you are in fact looking for another opportunity, Golden State Window and Door can provide you with plenty. You can create renewed function and design for use indoors and out. You'll find modern options like Marvin's Elevate In-Swing French Door, barn doors by Trustile, or Anderson big doors that welcome in natural light. Golden State Window and Door features a variety of materials, sizes, and glass options. You can get inspired by the many possibilities when you visit goldenstatelumber.com. Click on virtual tours and you'll discover beautifully planned displays of doors and windows of all kinds that will spark your imagination. Then, talk with our builder or designer to see what might be a good fit for your home. Serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. Golden State. When you succeed, we succeed.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you may be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to GetRefunds.com, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
If you see a student being bullied, be supportive. Ask if they're okay and invite them to join you. You'll be an ally, and you can make a friend. Friendship! Visit StopBullyingSpeakUp.com and join Cartoon Network to redraw your world without bullying.
O'Reilly! O'Reilly Auto Parts specializes in keeping your car on the road. Not sure how much life is left in your battery? Our professional parts people will test it for free. If it does need to be replaced, we'll help you find just the right one to fit your car. Our Superstar batteries are built to handle even the toughest conditions. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Science proves your best sleep is vital to your mental, emotional, and physical health. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and automatically adjusts to help keep you both effortlessly comfortable. And it's temperature balancing, so you stay cool. So you're at your best for yourself and those you care about most. Life-changing sleep, only from Sleep Number. And now, the Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 smart bed is only $9.99, plus special financing, only for a limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Listen to Bonte and Shasky each day this week around 7:30 for your chance to win a $200 gift card to Kirby. Kirby is your driveway mechanic. Brakes, oil changes, car washes, and more. Get all the info on our contest page at 957thegame.com.
What's going on, Roasters? It's Brian Baldinger with the NFL Network, and you're listening to The Morning Roast with Bonte and Shasky on 95.7 The Game.
Baldy joins us in an hour, 7:30. Moved it to Wednesday. A lot of people were asking about Baldy and his breakdown for Monday Night Football. We'll get it at 7:30 on the Roast. We'll also, right before that, give away a Kirby gift card, $200 Kirby gift card at 7:30. We'll do it right before you bring Baldy on. What's the sounder? Give me that sounder, Spinoni. Let me know when you got the sounder. I guess we'll do the Hufanga one again. Hufanga! That's the word of the day. It's the word of the week. Name of the week, I should say. Hufanga? There we go. Player of the week. Hufanga. When you hear that at 7:30, right before Baldy, we'll give away a Kirby gift card. Also, Alice in Winterland. Shasky, I don't know if you know about this, but this is pretty cool. Alice at 97.3 is celebrating the return of Alice in Wonderland. A really good time. It all happens Friday, December 2nd at the SAP Center in San Jose, starring your favorite, John Mayer.
Oh.
One Republic. You don't know about them?
No.
Come on, that's your
It's too late to apologize. Come on.
Come on, Shasky.
I know about John Mayer. Didn't he do a bunch of stuff with the Dead and Company?
Maybe. Then you got Matt Nathanson. Ooh, look at that.
Okay.
Plus more to be added. Tickets on sale this Friday, October 7th at 10 a.m. Ticketmaster. You want to get there early. Those tickets go fast. By the way, I'm looking at the chat. People are talking about Mac McClung. I was talking to Willie about Mac McClung. He goes, there were people texting me saying Mac McClung could fight for a roster spot. Apparently somebody on MVT, I think it was Steve Smith, was saying, Mac McClung's going to get some minutes on his team. It's like, We told you in Summer League what Mac McClung was all about. And look, I hope he gets a job. I'm not trying to rip the kid, but he doesn't play Warriors basketball.
No, there's a very specific way to play, especially if you're going to be part of that second unit with a bunch of guys that need their shots, right? Kuminga and Wiseman. You need someone who can set them up.
Right. Yeah, you can't just go one-on-one and you're doing your little under the leg alley-oop dunks in the layup. Like, it's a cool story, but the Warriors waived Mac McClung yesterday, so that dream is dead with the Golden State Warriors.
Mac McClung would have worked during the Cohan era.
Oh, you would have been great during the Cohan era.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been him and Earl Boykins as your starting backcourt.
We would have been going crazy. Mac McClung! Mac McClung! Look how dope he is! No. We're good. We're good.
All right, so
we're deep enough.
You said that you were going to explain to me something that happened to you yesterday?
Oh, no. I mean, I had a great day. When it didn't involve the 49ers.
Why?
So, I'm talking about
because everybody I ran into last night was like, damn, dude, tell Bonte to back off Jimmy.
I didn't even rip Jimmy yesterday. I didn't even rip him. So I got called every name in the book on Instagram. If you go to 957 The Game on Instagram or Twitter, they post a video of us, and they had two options, and our digital team does a phenomenal job. But London sends them a couple clips from the show, and they decide which one to post. There was one with a nice back and forth talking about the defense, because Monday Night Football was about the 49ers defense.
Yeah.
They were great. Of course, they go with the Jimmy Garoppolo stuff, and I log in, and I'm tagged, and I'm just getting called a clown and an idiot, and this and that. I'm just like, it's a Victory Tuesday. I'm the guy alongside Duke who uplifted this entire fan base, saying, hey, we're going to win on Monday Night Football. It's a lock. No need to be sad. Turn that frown upside down, Joe Shasky III. And I come in on Tuesday, and I'm public enemy number one because I just said the quarterback didn't play perfect. Look, I don't care. They got the win. I was happy. I made money off of it. But damn, on Instagram and Twitter, yesterday I was like, damn. Am I doing a good job? Like, I had to reevaluate myself. The Goons are out. The Jimmy fans are out. I'm a Niner fan. I like Trey. I like Jimmy. Whatever. But I was just like, damn, I was blown away. I was blown away. Now, you could, on the flip side, say your boy does numbers, right? Business is booming, right? But on the other side, I was like, damn, all this just did was state my opinion. Was it the Capri Sun line that got to you? I don't know. But people thought I was angry. And in that clip, you see the veins popping out in my forehead because I was clearly frustrated at that point. I was annoyed. It's like, we're talking about the defense. We're talking about Jeff Wilson Jr. Defense had a great game. You're tied for first in the NFC West. But there's like people who want you to overpraise Jimmy Garoppolo, man. I just don't get it. And it's exhausting. It was exhausting yesterday. That's why it was good to go see the Larry and do the season preview show.
I would say being a 49er fan can be exhausting because this team is so erratic week to week. You know, I mean, how many people I've heard from in the last couple of days, like, why can't they put together a game like they did yesterday in one of the first three games? It's like, that's a great question. I don't have the answer for that. Right. I guess my answer is partly, that's how football works. And then the other part of it is, you know, you got to give the opponent a little bit of credit here. Like the Bears, I know everybody wants to dismiss the Bears. Go back and watch that game. The Bears played inspired football. Like, they beat the Niners. That's what happens. It's no one person's fault. It's not because of Trey. It's not because of the offensive line. They lost that game in a variety of ways. Big mental breakdowns, etc. The Denver game, defense played its heart out. Offense played horrific. And I thought that the coaching didn't blend with the quarterback play, with the offensive line play. They couldn't get the run game going. And, you know, you look up a week later and Randy Gregory's going to be out for an extended period of time with a knee injury. That's football, right? So that's going to change who Denver is DNA-wise up front. All you can worry about is who you've played today or who you're going to play this weekend. And right now, 49ers had a big win against the Rams. They get another opportunity against them in a couple of weeks. And they got to focus about beating Carolina.
It's all good.
Yes.
It's all good. They're 2-2. There's no need to be angry. There's no need to fight amongst each other. We're all good. We're all Niner fans.
Absolutely.
That's it. But, you know, you got to say a certain thing one way. And I was just like, oh, man, here we go. Like, the first month of the season for you and I, when they post our clips, when it comes to 49ers football, I just close my eyes, man. I'm just like, dear God, here we go again. But
that's what football does to people.
Football makes people insane.
I was talking to guys yesterday. I was actually talking to one of the Coast Guard guys yesterday, and he goes, you know what? You know why I love your guys' show? I said, why is that? He goes, because when you guys wake up furious at the game the other night, that's how I was feeling. I was feeling the same way. I mean, like, how do you lose that game to Denver, for example? And then when they win, love the way that they did in Monday night, you just got pep in your step for the whole week.
Right. So,
it changes your whole outlook.
I was positive. It was Victory Tuesday. By the end of the show, I was just like, damn, what happened? Could have sworn the Niners lost. They won 24-9. They dominated.
Bonte, don't know if you know this. Playing quarterback is hard.
Oh, gosh. So I went back and listened to the broadcast of Troy Aikman. I love Troy. Phil Mike was right. I love me some Troy Aikman. I can't wait for the Niners to be back on Monday Night Football. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, man, Mike McClung is gone. Warriors are playing Sunday preseason against the LA Lakers. Go figure.
Is it your first day?
No. We're not starting until October 18th.
October 18th.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Get the preseason off, baby.
Nice.
And then it's go time.
So that tells me October 19th, I'm carrying the show.
Probably not. I mean, I do my best work after 5 hours of sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do.
I get ready to roll.
It's the day after that.
It's the day after that where it's just like, all right, it's time to mail it in for the good old morning mail-in. Then you had the midday mail-in with Div, Stardy, and Guru. One of them will always take a day off every single week. We don't take days off. We just kind of sit back and let Lubman talk a little bit more. Let Spinoni get some more touches.
Well, like today, for example, I want
Craig back. You sit down.
I want your King of the Hill.
Oh, that's coming up at 7 o'clock.
Oh, nice.
We already got the rankings in.
Oh, good.
Power rankings are in, baby. King of the Hill coming. Oh, top 2 teams. You will be shocked. Well, maybe not with the first
Panthers?
Team. Oh, Lubman. Do we got a break right now, Lubman?
Yes, we do.
Okay. King of the Hill coming up, sponsored by Fremont Bank, full service banking. No compromises.
If you owe back taxes to the IRS, have unfiled returns, or are worried about an audit, the IRS is hiring 87,000 new agents to address these very issues. That means if you need to get your tax problems resolved, now is the time to get started. I'm tax attorney Robert Goldstein, and my firm specializes in helping individuals and small businesses resolve their tax problems. We work to stop IRS and state seizures. We may be able to settle your tax debt for pennies on the dollar with an offer in compromise. We prepare your past due returns, even if you have no records, and represent you before the IRS and state in an audit. At the law offices of Robert Goldstein, the consultation is always free, and we have offices located throughout the Bay Area. To schedule your free consultation, call 1-888-TAX-EXIT. That's 888-TAXEXIT. 888-TAX-EXIT. And make us your last stop.
Golfers, now at the Golf Mart, it's time to hit faster, longer, and straighter with Titleist. The new TSR drivers are designed to maximize distance and elevate your performance. Titleist TSR driver, pushing for perfection every day. Come into the Golf Mart for the new Titleist TSR drivers and get custom fit for free today. Can't make it in store? Visit us online at worldwidegolfshops.com. The Golf Mart, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee and family owned and operated since 1984.
It's the bottom of the ninth, the game's on the line, and your small business needs a loan fast. What's your move? Go to OnDeck.com, America's largest online small business lender. With OnDeck, you can apply in minutes, and if approved, get your funds as soon as the same day. Go to OnDeck.com. Your loan is on deck. Depending on certain loan attributes, your business loan may be issued by OnDeck or Celtic Bank, a Utah Chartered Industrial Bank member FDIC. Limited eligibility for same-day funding. OnDeck does not lend in every state. All loans subject to lender approval.
Dr. Trudy Fleer here with the 5G Home Recovery Podcast. Let's discuss a very real existential threat to internet speed. It's a big one. Ready? T-Mobile Home Internet. It lags. Ugh. Now, what is lag? Lag is a delay in data being transmitted across the internet. For example, you're hitting that hot drop, the parachute cuts out, you've got an unsuspecting bot in your sights, and lag! You were actually eliminated 10 seconds ago. Nobody deserves that. So stop letting T-Mobile Home Internet ruin everything and switch to Xfinity. Learn more at xfinity.com/TMOFax.
Get an amazing value on Xfinity Internet with unlimited data included. Switch for $55 a month for 2 full years with no annual contract required and no equipment fees for 24 months. Go to Xfinity.com/TMOFax, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 10/17/22. Restrictions apply. New fast internet and Xfi Complete customers only. Xfi Gateway required. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Hi, I'm Aaron, owner of California Deluxe Windows. Ever notice? When your neighbors get new windows, there is a large black eye of broken stucco, uneven plaster, and even mismatched paint. At California Deluxe Windows, we never leave a ring around the window. Why? Because we are one of the only companies in California who custom crafts every window and door to your home's exact measurements. Almost everyone else on the radio is a distributor. They grab a window from a warehouse, break open your walls, shove it in, and patch things up. At California Deluxe Windows, we take pride in our work. Our installation technique is so precise, we do not break your stucco. Your house could be covered with potato chips, and we wouldn't crack one.
Call now, and for a limited time, you get 30% off your entire order and 24 months of interest-free financing. 800-874-3600. 800-874-3600. That's 800-874-3600. California Deluxe Windows. Windows engineered for life.
Certain terms and conditions apply. CSLB number 774518.
Hi, this is George with Left Coast Buyers. We buy properties all over California. If you own a house or an apartment building and want to sell it fast at a great price, call us at 925-434-5000. We can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. We buy properties in any condition, any price range, and can help you in any situation. Do you own a property that is run down and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Are you out of time, money, and energy? Let us help. Are you looking for an easy way to get top dollar for your property and sell on your terms and timeline? Well, call Left Coast Buyers now at 925-434-5000. We can solve any problem. We buy divorce houses, inherited houses. We even buy vacant houses and abandoned houses. Do you have a tenant who hasn't paid rent? Are you behind on property taxes, mortgage payments, or even facing a foreclosure? Even if you're just nervous about capital gains or an upcoming recession, we've seen it all. So if you or someone you know owns a property and needs to sell, call Left Coast Buyers at 925-434-5000. That's 925-434-5000.
Are you ready?
At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us. That's why MVP's rewards members can earn bonus points on select products from brands like DeWalt, Purdy Paint Applicators, and GRK Screws. Then redeem your bonus points for exciting rewards like tools, grills, Lowe's gift cards, and more. Join Lowe's MVP's Pro Rewards today to start earning. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Subject to program terms. While supplies last. Visit Lowe's.com/MVP's bonus points for details. Now through 10/28.
Is there a calculator that can't compute in your kitchen drawer? Recycle it at Staples. A shredder that won't shred under your bed? Or a collection of cables cluttering up your closet? Recycle them now at Staples. With Staples Free Tech Take Back, we'll recycle your old tech free. Plus, rewards members get $5 back in rewards. So if you have modems, mice, and mobile phones making a mess of your home, recycle them now at Staples. Limit 1 reward per month. Redeemable in-store only. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/recycling for details.
Hey, it's Boomer Esiason, and we all know the game isn't over till it's over. So next time you need parts for your car, don't call it quits. Go to eBay Motors. They have 122 million parts to take your car into overtime. Get the right parts at the right prices. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride.
Breaking news on 95.7 The Game is brought to you by Beat the Street. For tips to win a $5.6 million prize. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh my God.
Now, back to the morning roast with Bonte and Shasky.
All right, Pete. I'm going to put the APB out. All bulletins points, or is it APB? All points bulletin? I don't know how you say it. Well, anyway, point being, your boy hurt his foot. I got the bottom of the heel on the inside. Again. No, just hear me out.
Oh, boy.
Okay? I don't know if this is plantar fasciitis. I don't know if this is something more significant.
Eric Armstead has it.
Well, I'm not Eric Armstead, so I don't pretend to be a professional athlete.
APB, by the way.
Okay, APB. Thank you. All I know is this. If there is somebody who can help me figure out what is wrong with the bottom of my foot, my left foot, not my right foot, and it's when I'm wearing the specific cleats, I changed out the soles of the cleats, and I put in the Dr. Scholl's, whatever they are, the sport, whatever, insoles.
Right.
And now I think I just think it's that brand of shoe or whatever, that cleat that's messing me up. It's not turf toe. It's the heel, the bottom of the heel on the inside.
So
I can barely walk today.
Listen.
It's killing me.
I ran into somebody, I'm not going to say who. They said you were a pretty damn good ball player. It hurt my heart to hear.
Really?
I said, damn, really? But word on the street is you're injury prone. And again, like
I'm the Jimmy G.
No, I didn't say that. Shasky said that. Not me.
I'm Longoria.
Yeah, say somebody else, please.
Yeah.
Don't say that word. You get people. You don't want to end up like me yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
My family had to see those comments.
I don't know if I need to see like a foot. What do they call it?
Foot specialist.
Yeah,
foot doctor.
Special. My wife is like begging me to go see someone.
Podiatrist.
Podiatrist is what it's called.
I thought that's for skin.
No, that's a dermatologist.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. There you go.
Anyway, the point being is that I don't know if it's the shoe and I need to get to another shoe or if it's just I'm old.
I think you're old and injury prone.
I mean, the amount of Advils that I've thrown into my body over the last 24 hours just to make it through last night's dinner. I mean, I'm hurting today, dude.
So listen, Tony La Russa, who's going to retire and step away from the White Sox, and I know White Sox fans are very happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
But Tony La Russa midway through the season was like, hey, guys, Robert, Abreu, Jimenez,
Tim Anderson.
Stop running hard down the first baseline if it's just a grounder.
Oh, he said that.
He basically said that because they were coming.
This kind of management.
They basically were coming up with all these hamstring injuries or whatnot, and so all I'm saying, Shasky, is you don't have to bust your butt on a routine grounder to play off.
I made a couple diving plays yesterday, so I was feeling good.
But you're diving too much.
I know.
You got to pick and choose.
But it wasn't the dive because the knee's fine. Whatever, a little scrape here and there's no biggie. I'm telling you, it's the foot in the cleats, and I don't know if it's the cleat, if it's me, my body, if I need to switch and wear the turf shoes now.
I'm hearing streets. I'm getting texted about this actually. Foot specialists. We got foot specialists all over the world.
And what are they saying?
Leah Mae Phillips is saying that hey, could be bone spurs. Could be spurs. Could be connected to shin splits.
Well,
shin splits.
It only happens when I'm playing softball in these shoes. Like when I was playing hoops, a lot of hoops, I didn't get it. When I'm wearing my regular shoes, don't get it. It's hard to find. They call it TPU. They're molded plastic cleats. It's hard to find a solid, good pair of cleats.
You know what I think? I think your body's just breaking down.
Well, that too. That's absolutely.
I don't think it matters about the shoe.
Old.
You go get the best Nikes in the world. I just think
it doesn't happen.
Breaking down.
It doesn't happen when I'm walking, playing golf. I wear the Adidas Boost shoes on the golf course.
You're walking on grass.
Yeah, I know. Well, what do you think I'm playing baseball on?
Well, nasty dirt. Moscone, they probably haven't mowed the lawn in Moscone in 15 years.
It actually looked the best. Shout out Phil Ginsburg. It actually looked the best it ever. And here's the best part
about it. I love Moscone, but that grass has been terrible for years.
Best part about yesterday, I parked my car and I go, oh, God, 2 hours. I got to move it around. No, apparently the city worked it out. They weren't going to have meter maids in the area all day yesterday for us parking. It was like the first time in the history of the world.
Must be nice.
I know.
Must be nice.
Old Club got that swag.
Body's breaking down, man. That's all. That's all. I mean,
you need to hit up Doc Pondia.
You do need to. Hey,
join Willard and Dibs today.
You know what?
Yeah,
I think
you
I
need
will.
to talk to Narod Pondia.
I will. I think it's the shoe. Personally, I think it's the shoe.
I think it's your body.
Well,
I think it's just you.
I want to get back to who told you that was a good ball player. That made me feel good.
Well, it just pressed me.
It was
Heard
great.
about Saturday.
Jerry Rice was running around. On the field, and I turned to my niece and I go, Jerry Rice said that I throw a very good catchable ball.
No, dude,
he thought I played high school quarterback. I was like, nah. The guy was baseball.
The guy was like, I listen all the time, right? And you work with Shasky with the rear day, right? I was like, yeah. He goes, no, he was a pretty damn good ball player. I was like, really? Basketball or baseball? He goes, both. I said, no,
that must have hurt your soul. That must have hurt your soul.
Well, Anna was with me with baby Chaz.
Anna was there to validate.
Anna was there, and I was like, I said, come on, man, he wasn't that good, was he? He got said, he was all right. Jesus
I'll
Christ.
take it.
King of the Hill, 7 minutes. Baldy at 7:30. Bobby Marks 8:30. Talked some money in the NBA because Jordan Poole's coming up for a contract. Andrew Wiggins coming up for a contract. The vibes are right to go to St. Warriors. You want to talk about a stark contrast between the Niners and the Warriors when it comes to just vibes? Niners fans, we're ready to fight each other over the quarterback, over how they won, whether it was good enough, over the head coach.
Yeah, but
the Golden State Warriors is just like.
Warrior fans will fight you over Mac McClung.
Well, that is true. That is true. I'm not going to underestimate Warrior fans about that one. Stay off my timeline with the Mac McClung stuff.
Dude,
that's the thing.
The amount of Mac McClung content on the internet compared to the actual players that are playing, it's just wild.
Yesterday was one of those days where I realized I have to scale it back again on Twitter.
Why is that?
Because I'm just getting lost in the sauce. I had to tell a dude deuces. He said, dude told me, hey, Bonte, man, you know what? I'm done with you. I'm muting you. You're done. And I was just like, peace out, dude. I don't need this in my life. The Mac McClung stuff, you're right. It is out of control.
You know what you should do? You should do a career pivot change and be like Antonio Brown and come up with a rap song.
I should. This song's hot.
Just keep your shorts on in the pool.
Yeah. Sure? I don't know. Let me just go to Anthony in Richmond. Honestly, we're not even going. Let's go pivot out of that one. Anthony, what's happening? You're on the roast. I'm not even going to touch that.
Booming.
Anthony, what's up?
You know, Joe, sometimes Joe will say something, you like, ooh, I want to touch it, but I want to keep my job, so we can go to the call.
Yeah, these checks are too good, Anthony.
I know what's up. I just wanted to, honestly, wanted to call and give y'all a compliment, man, because you guys kill it every morning.
Thank you.
And I was getting tired of hearing people come down your road, specifically you, Bonte, like, you just be keeping it real and, stating what you see, and you got a good eye, for football. You too, Joe. And it's like, we don't have to agree as far as, like, what we think about Jimmy. All we want to do is win and get to the promised land.
All we want
to take the best. We want to take full advantage of the defense that we have. So, like, I just had to call and give y'all some props, man.
Appreciate
also,
that.
shout out to Duke and my man Phil on Mike for killing it every time they call. But I just wanted to give y'all some love, man. And Niner fans, man, stop fighting against each other, man. We all want the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Red, so let's keep it like that.
Hey, great call. I think they appreciate the kind words, and that's the thing. People think, I've seen some of the comments. I just started laughing because the defense was dominant, and we got King of the Hill in 4 minutes. It's coming. Sam Lubman, he's pointing at his phone, tweeting at me. After playing in 4 softball games yesterday, why does Butcher Boy's foot hurt today? Let's see. Is that the poll? Oh, he has the wrong cleats. His body is breaking down. Well, I know what I'm voting for. His body's breaking down. This has nothing to do with the cleats. You can't blame the cleats. It's like me blaming the shoes on the basketball court. I go 0 for 9 from the 3-point line. What's Monte Hill going to do?
I broke my back.
Shoes are bad. No, I suck these days. That's all it is.
When was the last time you took 9 shots in a basketball game? When was the last time you played a basketball game?
It's been a while since I played a basketball game. An actual game?
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Okay. I think I'm going to get a softball game going with 95.7 the game. I want to get a little picnic day, have everybody bring their families out. Want to see little Benny running the bases.
Here's why. I am petrified of getting on a basketball court. Because every time I work out and I'm running on a treadmill, I go 45 minutes, and the Achilles starts feeling tight. I start feeling the burn.
So now you've got injuries.
Oh, I've been had it. That's why I don't play. Dude, I'm not going to be that 40-year-old trying to play, and then next thing you know, I'm on crutches walking into the studio with a freaking scooter or something like Trey Lance. I'm not doing that. I'm not going out like that, man. There's nothing cool about, oh, man, I tore my ACL playing in the pickup game, the adult league, over 40 league.
I like competing.
I like competing, too. I'll just do it in different avenues.
That's fair. That's fair. You do it in the Instagram streets.
I do it on video in the Instagram streets. Hey, man, the one thing that makes me laugh is when people say... They also said
right here that you're not going 0 for 9 in Gucci shoes.
It's true. Or Dior's. You get some buckets. You get some buckets. Could be like Pablo. I told you the story about Pablo Sandoval coming to Balboa Park. When I was covering City College in San Francisco, he came to Balboa Park. He knew a player on the team. Yeah. He started taking BP at Balboa Park. Not in the field by Ocean, but the other field.
Near the police station.
Near the police station.
Yeah, that's the main diamond.
He's sitting there in the dirt taking BP in Gucci shoes.
That's how you get bone spurs.
Missiles. He was hitting missiles. And I'm like, dude, you're in Gucci's, dog. That's how you know he got long money. It's like, yeah, I'm going to go take BP in some Gucci shoes.
How much do those run?
Depend on the pair, but probably $600 to $700.
What?
Yeah.
He's taking BP in those?
Those shoes at the time probably were about $800.
Wow.
Yeah, Gucci's,
Wow.
Yeah, that's what he was doing. But no, the funny thing that we get, you and I get, and I got it a lot yesterday. How could you be a Niner fan rooting against Jimmy G? Nobody's rooting against Jimmy Garoppolo. I want Jimmy Garoppolo to hoist a Lombardi at the end of the season. Even though I have to wear it, I'm fine. That means the Niners win the Super Bowl. I want Jimmy sitting there at number 10. Yes. Feels good, baby. So let's just debunk that narrative.
Okay.
Nobody's rooting against him. We want him to win. We want him to succeed. But you want us to be critical of the game? That's what we do.
I had a question just for the audience. I know you're going to do King of the Hill in a minute, but I do want to get into this.
We got foot advice for Shasky.
Where do you have Deebo Samuel in terms of since T.O. left this team? Really, to me, on offense, there's three guys that you could put in this argument. You're going to go with George Kittle, who's on the current team, who obviously had a record-breaking year. Although, I would say the body of work, it's good. It's really good.
It's not Vernon Davis-like.
That's where I was going. I think Vernon's higher up on my list in terms of Niner offensive players. And then Frank Gore, who's the all-time 49er leading rusher. Where you got Debo right now? Is he ahead of Kittle? Is he
just in terms of playmakers?
Like right now, if you were just to say, hey, who has been the better 49er? Is it Debo or Kittle?
I think it's Debo.
I think there's an argument for both. Debo. I don't know where I stand on this.
Who's the best playmaker right now for your football team? Who needs the ball in his hands? They can't go a game without Debo, with Debo going 2 catches for 24 yards. Debo has to touch the ball. We've seen them win games without Kittle doing nothing in the passing game.
Yeah.
They can't do that without Debo. You can't win football games. You need Debo Samuel.
Isn't it kind of wild? I mean, he's really only had 2 full seasons, and then he had a broken season in 2020, even though he played more games than you think.
Yeah.
Like, how quickly he's become one of, like, the best offensive weapons since Frank Gore and Vernon Davis.
And it coincides with Kittle becoming more of a blocker now. He's not getting used in the passing game.
Well, PFF said that he only blocked on
6 times
of the 9 dropbacks or whatever that he was out there.
27 pass attempts
or 6 blocking attempts in all the dropbacks.
Right. That's what PFF says. I didn't see him run many routes though. Like the routes he ran
was short.
Yeah.
Even that one pass he caught on the short little check down because they had the one right after halftime. It felt like he was a 5th option on that particular play, like an afterthought.
Yep, no doubt. We'll get the King of the Hill in just a second. You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM at SG1. San Francisco, always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app and favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage. And do not forget that you can also watch us every single day on our YouTube and Twitch streams. Just log on and search 95.7 The Game. Good morning to everybody out there on YouTube, Twitch, Comcast Business Text Line. Good morning to everybody out there getting off their graveyard shifts. If you're at work, what is happening? If you're going to work, good morning to you. Lutman, Spadonian. We got Craig Mack in the building. First, I think Craig Mack was on another vacation. He was in Miami one week, Atlanta the next week, Britain the next week. It was guys going all over the place. Yeah, it was
NFL Europe. All right.
Yeah, he was out there. He was doing the Dirty Bird out there in London. Let's go to Adam in Cupertino. Adam. He's listening on the radio. What's up, Adam?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Nothing much.
Hey, so I'm a pathologist, so I'm here to bail Shasky out. Shasky, tell me a little bit more about your foot.
Okay, so it's
it's on the bottom. Is it on the bottom medial side of the heel? Is it on the medial side of the heel?
It's okay. I don't know what to describe it here, but it's like right here, B. It's right here. It's on the inside. So if the back of the foot, there's like that pad, if you will, it's on the inside, closer toward the middle, on the inside of the left foot.
All right, so let me just tell you a little bit about the foot. So, true plantar fasciitis, and let me back it up a second here. The calf muscles are both the calcaneus and soleus. They anchor into the back of the bone, which is the calcaneus. So when guys like Richard Sherman, when they said that he ruptured that, he had a retrocalcaneal exostosis. That means he pulled the tendon and detached the bone. So when they talked about he went back and had elective surgery for the other foot, it's because they were trying to get bone spurs back there. So that's at the back of the heel. So if your cleat's rubbing up against the back of the heel, and I'm going blind here because I'm not looking at your foot, that is, you could have bone spurs back there. That's more of an insertional tendonitis, and that's where you can get kind of friction there. Now, the plantar fascia continues on the bottom of the foot. So if you actually can reach down and bend your big toe up, that medial band right in the arch area that pops, that's
I'm doing
plantar fascia.
Yeah.
Follow that all the way back to the heel, and you're pushing on the medial plantar part of the heel where the fat pad is. That's where we get plantar fasciitis. Ironically, that's also where you can get another bone spur. They call that heel spur syndrome. So if you've had prolonged plantar fasciitis, you can actually, over time, kind of like how our body develops and builds a callus from pressure point areas, the friction that's caused by the fascia against the bone could grow a bone spur there. It's an easy find out. You get an x-ray, and a lateral x-ray will show you if you have any bone spurs there. The difference between the two is plantar fasciitis, you have to have that to have a heel spur syndrome, right?
Yeah.
Because of the constant friction. So that's going to be more when you wake up, you've got tightness, everything's a little bit sore, you take a few steps, things tend to get better. Heel spur syndrome, the more you're on your feet, the more you do. Now, hearing what you were talking about with the, when you're wearing the cleats and such, cleats are very unforgiving in general.
Yes.
Right? I mean, the metal cleats, you get a lot of pressure in that area. So just behind, and this is why, guys, it can be really complex, and you should see a specialist. Just behind that area, kind of in a little bit more of the central part of the heel, we have a bursal sac. It's called the infracalcaneal bursal sac. You can get bursitis there. And on each side of the heel, you have a
Doc is going in.
Down, the medial calcaneal nerve.
Hey, Doc, we got to make moves. Doc, call us back. Matter of fact,
I want your information. I need to come see you.
How about you just call us back at 7:45? We'll do the interview. We'll do the interview, Adam. It sounds like you know what you're talking
tonight.
about.
Let me just ask. I have a game tonight. Should I play?
You can. I mean, the thing is, it's bursitis and even plantar fasciitis.
Okay.
I can work through a lot of these things.
Okay.
It's a lot of ice. One of the things I like doing is I tell my patients, take a water bottle, freeze it, set it down on bend your knee at 90 degrees. That way we're not only the heel, but the actual arch.
I love this.
And possibly you might need a cortisone shot. You got to get better orthotics. The doctor shoe stuff is ridiculous.
Okay. Right. Okay. So I need a better shoe and I need a better sole. Doc, I'm going to have our producer take your information. Thank you for giving everyone in the Bay Area a foot specialist at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Brett and Rob, hang on tight, man. We got to get the king of the hill. We got to get the king of the hill.
Shoot me.
Oh, my God.
That was incredible.
I've got tears coming out of my eyes, man.
I might need a cortisone shot.
Come on, man. You don't need to play anymore.
Well, this is like WebMD. You look up WebMD and you're like, actually, I need to amputate my leg.
Sorry about that. You could edit that. About that.
Gather round, all you fanatics of sports.
I was laughing at it. Skittle coming down my throat.
It's time for Lord Bonte of House Hill to decree the finest 8 football teams and all the NFC. For this is King of the Hill.
Bonte, you a nobody, my dude.
On 95.7 The Game.
I got tears coming out of my eyes, man.
Number 7,
I need
Power Rankings, NFC, Bonte, Hills, King of the Hill.
650 Comcast Business Text Line. New segment, Therapy with Shasky. Just like, what's best? All right, let's go. Number 7, the New York Giants. They're 3-1, but it's just a matter of time before they fall flat on their face. It's Saquon, and more Saquon. At one point, Tyrod Taylor and Daniel Jones were hurt. I saw that. And Saquon had to run the Wildcat. Yeah. So, and then Matt Breida was out there in the backfield. Oh, yeah. I love their throwbacks, but New York Giants at number 7.
Yeah, number 7. All right, number 6.
Minnesota Vikings.
Look,
I don't really believe in them. Will Lutz almost made another 60-yard field goal in London. Minnesota tried everything they could to give that game away. Kirk Cousins is like, oh, my gosh, it's just a matter of time before he throws up on himself. They're the number 6 team in the NFC. They'll probably sneak into the playoffs because the NFC is not that strong. But number 5.
Number 5.
There we go.
I don't have 7 or 6. Sorry.
I know.
Yeah, so we know. It's the San Francisco 49ers, Spinoni. Number 5.
I thought it was the amount of cortisone shots I'm going to need in the next 6 months.
You're going to need a lot. You got to stop playing, dog. You're going way too hard. Crowley's blowing grow-ins. You got plantar fasciitis. It ain't worth it, old club. Yeah. Stop playing my guys. Don't ask me to play
Just to lose to the police.
Just to lose to the cops. Out of all you lost to the cops, dude. Niners, number 5.
Yeah.
Look, they got a great chance to move up these rankings.
Yes.
Carolina, Atlanta.
Yes.
These should be winnable games for the 49ers with this defense.
I'm with you.
Give me a little something on offense because I see some trends offensively that I didn't like in the second half, and we'll talk about the defense and the offense coming up here with Baldy. But number 5, the 49ers. Number 4. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tom Brady. Divorcegate.
Divorcegate.
I'm uncomfortable talking about that.
I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about their offensive line, how it's in shambles.
Oh, yeah.
They can't protect for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Their running game is inconsistent.
Yes.
Their defense just got torched. So I'm going to keep Tampa Bay right there at 4 because number 3. The Green Bay Packers went down to Tampa and beat them.
Oh.
They're now 3-1. Even though they didn't look good against New England, something's amiss with the Green Bay Packers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers
is
it's
called
just,
the passing game.
I mean, Christian Watson not there yet as a rookie.
Yeah.
They're throwing to Randall Cobb. Although Lazard's having a nice little season so far.
He's a nice player.
He's a nice player. 6 catches, I
and
believe.
this 87 is starting to pop.
And 87 is starting to pop.
I forget his name.
Dobbs, whatever his name. Yeah, Dobbs. He scored a touchdown against Targeted Sport, right?
And then Randall Cobb's having a rejuvenation as well.
There you go. All right. King of the Hill, moving along. Number two. It's going to make Daryl the Guru Johnson happy.
Oh.
Because it's the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, my God.
They're number 2 right now.
The fighting Cooper Cups?
Look, so you know what number 1 is. Go ahead, number
Cooper
1. I'll group these together. Number 1, Spinoni.
Number 1.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow,
so you got
the NFC
2
East?
NFC East teams in the top 2. You have 3 NFC East teams in the top 7. How about them apples? Look, Cowboys got a defense. Michael Parsons battling with Nick Bosa for Defensive Player of the Year. Michael Parsons is special. I love that guy. He's a baller. That defense is flying around. Offense is starting to come around with Cooper Rush. We'll see what happens with Dak Prescott. A couple big games for them. Going to SoFi Stadium, to play the Rams. Let's just see how for real the Cowboys are. And then the Philadelphia Eagles. They ran for over 200 yards against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They were down 14-0. I said, oh boy, Eagles having a letdown game. They roar back with solid defense. They roar back with the running game. And Jalen Hurts did not get rattled. A.J. Brown, 5 catches, 95 yards. I love that Philadelphia Eagles team. Right now, they're the most complete team in the NFC, and I don't see anybody touching them right now. So that's my number 1 team.
Wow.
7, New York Giants. 6, Vikings. 5, Niners. 4, Tampa. 3, the Green Bay Packers. 2, the Dallas Cowboys. And number 1, Fly, Eagles, Fly. Bum, bum, bum. I don't know if the song goes like that, but it's Fly, Eagles, Fly. They're number 1 right now.
Oh, man. Kate Scott's favorite team.
Oh, yeah, she talk about a turncoat. Kate Scott, go Phillies. Go Eagles. Come on, Kate.
Turncoat. I didn't know that was in your lexicon of vocabulary.
Dude, your boy's a former writer. I got to bring it out today.
Wow.
You got to redeem yourself from yesterday, man.
Benedict Arnold.
You beat me to the punch.
That's good stuff. Look at you guys, man. Run the material. We have a good day. Baldy, 7:30. Kirby gift card, 7:30. Bobby Marks, 8:30. Brett, Rob, you're on deck next. I want to get to your calls. 888-957-9570. The roast rolls along, and it will be brought to you by On Deck Small Business Loans.
Brought to you by On Deck Small Business Loans.
When you own a small business, sometimes you need funds fast. So go to OnDeck.com, America's largest online small business lender. OnDeck makes it easy to apply in minutes. Apply for your loan today at OnDeck.com.
After taking Jalen Ramsey's soul on Monday.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing out there. I just went right by him. He was just back with him. I was like, what's going on?
Devo joins Damon and Ratto today at 4:45.
One-on-one with Ramsey. Can't bring him down. Samuel. Highlight reel. Touchdown.
It's Devo. Today at 4:45 on 95.7 The Game.
Kirby, they're your driveway mechanic, and they bring the shop to you. Brakes and tire replacements, oil changes, and so much more. They've added the Kirby's eco-friendly wash. I used it last week, and it barely uses any water, and it made my car look brand new. They use biodegradable products that provide the ultimate shine and protection to both the exterior and, the best part, the interior of your car, all in the ease of your driveway. The ultimate convenience, easy booking, transparent pricing, on-time arrival, service in the driveway, no waiting rooms, no coordinating rides, direct access to your mechanic, friendly and reliable service, no middlemen, and no upsells. Get $50 off the first oil change with the code OIL50. That's OIL50. Check out Kirby.com. That's CURBEE.com, or call 1-866-KIRBY-1. When we're giving out these $200 gift cards, I want you to know, okay, we're giving one out this hour. That's enough for an oil change and an eco-friendly wash. And here's the best part. Our friends at Kirby just won Motor Top 20 Award for innovation. Kirby!
Do you think all premium fuels are the same? Well, your engine doesn't. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus helps keep your engine running like new because it's engineered to defend against 4 main engine threats: gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. So next time, choose Shell's most advanced fuel ever. It's fuel for thought. In engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline.
Everything, our farm, our stand, our pop-up shop, it really all started when we discovered the benefits of local, raw honey for our family.
And then we decided to turn it into a business.
We were looking for something to help us get up and running.
So we got the Chase Business Complete Banking Account.
It's more than a bank account. It comes with Quick Accept, which lets us take card payments anytime, anywhere in the U.S. using the Chase mobile app. Plus, we get same-day deposits at no extra cost. For us, it's more than honey. It's about sharing a little sweetness with the world.
Get the Chase Business Complete Banking account with the essentials you need to help get your business going. Learn more at chase.com/business-complete-banking. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Quick Accept is not available in U.S. territories. Enrollment required. Usage subject to approval. Same-day deposits available for payments before 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday to Friday. Fees and rates apply for checking and processing. Limitations and restrictions apply. Participants compensated. Merchant services provided by Payment Tech LLC and WePay Inc. Subsidiaries of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security. Together for just $69.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Or find out how to get up to a $650 prepaid card with a qualifying bundle. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. New 50 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Requires enrollment in EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most RootMetrics 5G data reliability wins in 1H 2022. Results may vary, not an endorsement.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you may be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to GetRefunds.com, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
When people have a craving to explore new and traditional Asian cuisines, they head to P.F. Chang's, where scratch-made dishes come from the 2,000-year-old tradition of wok cooking. P.F. Chang's wanted to explore new possibilities for their website. They turned to AmericanEagle.com. AmericanEagle.com re-architected P.F. Chang's website, integrating multiple third-party systems to create a unified digital experience. The results? Improved page speed and performance, personalized content based on users' location, intuitive online ordering, an increase in organic search visibility, and a 40% increase in new users. For scratch-made Asian cuisine, visit your local P.F. Chang's or go to pfchangs.com for website design, development, digital marketing, and hosting that produce efficiency, revenue, and results. Visit AmericanEagle.com. P.F. Chang's and AmericanEagle.com. Another example of the best businesses in the world. Turning to the best in the business for websites. Go to AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW1. That's 877-WEB-NOW1.
Listen to Bonte and Shasky each day this week around 7:30 for your chance to win a $200 gift card to Kirby. Kirby is your driveway mechanic. Brakes, oil changes, car washes, and more. Get all the info on our contest page at 957thegame.com.
Now, back to the morning roast with Bonte and Shasky.
All right, we're going to take your calls in just a second. Baldy in 12 minutes. Kirby gift card. We're giving that away in 11 minutes. Plus, Bobby Marks, 8:30 ESPN Cap Guru. Let us know how the Warriors can fit all this money into the budget when it comes to Jordan Poole, Wiggins. What happens with Draymond Green a little bit later, maybe next offseason. So, got basketball on the horizon. I'm excited about basketball. The Warriors got so much talent. So, just talking with Bully, he said, we were discussing the second unit for just a second. He's like, Poole, Wiggins, if you go Poole, DiVincenzo, Wiseman, Kuminga, Moody, they can win 35 games. I'm like, damn, that's your second unit. They're stacked. When I say they're stacked, they're stacked.
We're going to do that again?
Big? You want to go
second
big?
Unit against the Kings?
Dude, oh my gosh. You might get that. Don't disrespect Sacramento. I think Sacramento's going to make a run. I got hopes for the Kings.
A run to what?
Play a game. Play a game. That's a step in the right direction for them.
It is.
You know, leave Sacramento alone, man. We need that I-80 Warriors-Kings rivalry. By the way, we never came up with the trophy. D'Lo, KC, you and I.
Big piece of cement.
Yeah, big piece of cement on the freeway.
I'll be taking that I-80 drive today. I'm not looking forward to it.
Are you? You going up to Sac?
Yeah, I got to jam up there. Got some things I got to take care of.
I feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a rough drive. Right after the show?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there won't be no traffic then.
Hopefully. But the way back, I think, is going to stink.
Warriors, man, they look good on paper.
I
good.
know.
All right, let's get back to some calls here. We'll get back to the Niners in just a second.
Did you see the Debo Samuel thing on the internet?
Of course. We just talked about it.
I think we should play it for the audience after we take some calls.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to play because it's on the internet. Yeah, Spinotti, you saw it. I don't know if it's going to translate to radio. But basically, he sent the post on IG. He had his little slide.
Well, Jalen Ramsey had it on the sidelines a couple of weeks.
A couple years ago was saying, I'm him.
Yes.
I'm him. And then Debo's like, oh? And then they showed a play of him breaking Jalen Ramsey's tackle.
With the Taco Bell ding.
Right. Ding.
And
then
Bonte
he goes,
got so hungry.
Yeah, I get hungry just thinking about food. I'm thinking about the Gordon Crunch now. He loved it. You want to order some Taco Bell? So damn good.
It was interesting.
That was after a gym workout, by the way.
Oh, well.
And you know how the Gary lets you off right at 6 and Gary?
Yeah, 38.
The 38 Gary lets you off right in front of KFC Taco Bell. And it's like you get off that bus, you're like, damn. All right, I'm probably not leaving the house again. Should I just grab the KFC right now? Or should I just wait and just try to make something? Which didn't happen. I probably order some food. But yeah, Taco Bell is good, man. It is good.
It's just interesting to see Debo go right at Jalen Ramsey like that.
It is pretty cool.
These two clearly don't like each other.
No, but then
I love it.
I love it. And then you had Ram fans tweeting back because Sterling Bennett had a viral tweet basically calling the Rams little brothers.
Oh.
And all the Rams fans did was post Debo Samuel crying during the NFC Championship game. So look, the Rams, they're not that good to me right now. They're not. Now,
I'm not burying them.
I'm not going to bury them because they will make moves. But they got the one game that I wanted. I would trade 7 straight regular season wins for that one win in the championship game. So I'm not going to come down to Rams fans' road. They got the Super Bowl. They got the Super Bowl. And we were sitting here hate watching the Bengals-Rams Super Bowl. Couldn't even enjoy it.
I don't even want to think about it.
All right, let's go to Brett in San Rafael. He's listening on the radio. Then we'll get to Rob in San Bruno. Brett, what's happening, man? You're on the roast.
Hey, I just wanted to chime in on Shasky's injury. I played softball at all the fields, Moscone and Albert Park in San Rafael, and we were playing in Berkeley at the Underhill field, which got a huge fence around it.
Nice.
And basically, we needed another player, so I was working with Dan Dibley.
Oh.
We got Dan Dibley out there. We had a great team. We had actually a player that played in the major leagues. His son might be on the Lions. Anyway, the guy hit one to right center. It was a championship game. Dan scales the fence like Spider-Man, makes the greatest catch in the history of our team.
Wow.
And he will remember that if you ask him.
Wow. I'm assuming Jared Goff's dad was on his team.
He was amazing fill-in player.
Oh, nice.
And Dan will go down as one of our MVPs that year. We won the championship over the Tokyo Giants at the Berkeley Underhill.
Wow.
League. So that's a little footnote. I would take it easy on that heel. I retired at very early age because I had a lot of injuries, but we had a great team, great times back there at the Flatiron Bar after our games.
I love it.
Thursday night.
I love it. I love it.
Look, part of being a great athlete and a competitor, got to know when to shut it down. I think you got to know when to shut it down. You got to know when enough is enough.
As I told my dad the other day, I'm going to play as long as he's playing.
Well, it's like a boxer, right? Taking that extra fight, Spinotti. You get that boxer, take that last fight.
I think Shasky's got some Tom Brady in him. You know what? He'll hang it up when he wants to on his terms. It might not end well in the personal life, but you know what? Michelle keep pushing on.
Michelle be damned.
Michelle be damned. I'm going to play in this softball game.
She's going to kill me.
Oh, man. You know, she probably gets all the tea leaves from this show. I'm pretty sure she does. Rob and San Bruno listening on the radio. Rob, what is happening, my man?
Good morning. Good morning, my brothers. Hey, Butcher Boy, man, don't let them talk you out of that, man. Keep it up.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? You want to go hoop? You want to go play baseball, man? Keep it to the knees fall off. Don't let them talk to you. And Bonte, you too big not to be on the court posting these jump shooters up, getting easy hoops, man. I don't understand that.
No, Rob. They used to call me the poor man Tim Duncan in high school. That's what they called me. I had to bake shop.
You still supposed to be doing that now.
Well,
little jump shooters.
Rob, they call him Tim Duncan because he wears Tim Duncan-sized jeans still to this day.
Now, I want to comment on the Jimmy G thing, how they was coming at you yesterday. Look, I come to a realization that he is what he is. I was telling y'all this back in 2019. He is what he is. So the games we lose with him playing like he played this past week, which was solid, we gotta live with it. If he win, we gotta live with it. So,
no doubt.
And then a lot of these Jimmy G fans, because everything about the quarterback. So they got this fantasization about Jimmy G leading the charge, our quarterback, but he's not that guy like that. They not in touch with reality. The reality is he's more of a better Trent Dilfer situation. If he plays well, we almost gonna win. If he plays great, we gonna win. The thing is, he's not gonna play great more games than he's going to play average. So,
yeah,
we is what we is.
Well, I think, Rob, what's interesting is that it depends on what the team needs week to week, right? So, for example, they're playing Carolina this week.
Right.
Now, going into it, you would say, I don't need to have a monster Jimmy G game to beat Carolina. But we don't know how this one's going to play out.
Right.
Does the special teams drop the ball like they did the other day, and the other team picks it up and they get 7 points, and you're chasing early?
How's Carolina going to game plan for the Niners?
I don't know.
The Niners showed a ton of wide receiver screens.
Yeah.
And E down, who was it? E in San Jose or E in San Mateo came down my road about the screens. Niners did a great day, wide receiver screens all day long. All day long, Monday Night Football. Carolina's going to say, we need to take that away. We know the screen is coming. We need to take it away and make Jimmy throw down the field. At some point, he's going to have to. They're going to adjust. How did the 49ers adjust? Do they run the ball a little bit more? I still think the defense early on, because we're seeing a lot of these defenses just play suffocating football.
Yeah.
They're going to have to carry the load early. You're going to have to sack Mayfield. You got to play the field position game, take your 3 points. If Shanahan doesn't go for it on the 4th and 1 this week, I'm not going to be outraged. Just get points. Go out of there with the win. I don't care if it's 19-13, 19-11. I just want to win games.
Yeah, just keep winning.
Stack wins.
Well, that's why I think yesterday a lot of people were just so happy because of winning the way that they did, going away. And then, of course, you start to think, God, if they would have just played like this a little bit better on offense on the Sunday night the week before, they could be sitting here 3-1. But hey, look, they're 2-2 after a quarter of the season, give or take, right? And they've got a couple of real games that you would think that they could win. Carolina and Atlanta. And then you got the Chiefs. That feels like one of the bigger tests defensively for this unit. And then the good thing about the Atlanta, it looks like the Cordell Patterson's going to be out for a couple weeks. He's going to be out for a while.
And they've been running the ball heavy, and Kyle Pitts hasn't done anything yet for the Falcons. Did you know this? In his last 8 games, George Kittle, 21 catches, 220 yards, and a touchdown.
I don't know what's going on there.
We're going to ask Baldy because he sent the question out saying, do they game plan for ball? Think about that. Last 8 games, George Kittle, 21 catches, 220 yards. And then you look at the offense in the second halves, and they're scoring 3. They score, 3 against Chicago. They score against Seattle in that second half. Or they score 10, I want to say. Denver, they score 3. And then last week, they scored 3 in the second half. The offense, that is. The offense. So offensively, this defense is playing at a high level. They scored 7 in week 2 in the second half. The offense did. At some point, the offense is going to have to help this defense out. Because one thing I get concerned about, Lubman brought this up on a producer call yesterday. Remember the Denver game? They played 20 minutes. The defense played 20 of the 30 minutes of that second half in that altitude. They were gassed. It was a matter of time for Russell Wilson broke through in that football game. At some point, and the Rams control type of possession on Monday Night Football, 35 minutes they held the ball. 35 minutes, just like the NFC Championship game when they held the ball for 35 minutes. At some point, the offense is going to have to help this defense out. They're going to have to sustain drives. Now, they did a lot better on Monday Night Football, converting third downs. They converted 5 of the 12 third downs after going 1 for 10 Sunday Night Football against the Denver Broncos. But at some point, this offense is going to have to do something in the second half because I don't know how much you could continue to lean on this defense week after week of stifling these offenses in the NFL, especially when it's so easy to get yards.
Yeah, they're going to have to absolutely play a better complementary brand of football and hopefully start to gash teams down the field a little. Not all the time, just a little here and there. I outside of the throw over the top at the end of the second quarter, did they throw anything over 25 yards? I know the throw to Kittle felt like it was a deeper throw compared to some of their other throws. I think they threw a couple of in routes to Jennings and Ayuk, but they're not stretching the field. And yes, at some point they're going to have to. I mean, there's no doubt. The other thing is, I'm wondering, can they get even more juice in the run game? I know they ran the ball pretty well with Jeff Wilson Jr., but is there somebody else who could touch the rock back there and give them, a change of pace? Yeah. That's a question that I have moving forward. It's a lot of workload for Jeff Wilson Jr. It's not like he's one of these apex backs that's going to be able to take that pounding.
I think we're going to see Marlon Mack or Tevin Coleman at some point. We haven't seen Jordan Mason. Everybody wants to see Jordan Mason. I don't know if Shanahan feels comfortable with the undrafted rookie carrying the ball. We'll see about that. But before we get the Baldy, let's give out this gift card. $200, a Kirby gift card. Go get your car washed, get your oil changed, get your tires changed, get your engine fixed. When you heard the sounder, be caller number 5 right now. 415-951-2386. That's 415-951-2386. And you, my friend, will win a $200 Kirby gift card. Now, we get to the meat. A lot of people missed him yesterday. But he's back, baby. He's here on a Wednesday at 7:30. It's Brian Baldinger.
He breaks down plays better than anyone.
I mean, this is like Shark Week now. And you know what Baker Mayfield is? He's chum. Look at these sharks. You think you're getting away from those 4 angry sharks? It's Shark Week. It's time to eat. Make the read urgency. That's the name of the game right here. Urgency. Now, on it. He's on it. Touchdown. Beautiful throw.
He's our 95.7 The Game NFL insider, Brian Baldinger.
And he's in rare form today. He's got the green T-shirt on. He's got the bandana. He's sipping coffee. He's breaking it down better than anybody out there at Baldy NFL on Twitter. He's got so many breakdowns. He could just spend hours on his timeline. Like Shask and I were talking about your Quentin Williams breakdown. And the Jets have forced a 4th down. And Baldy's just like, 4th down, fist up in the air, gang green. I'm just like, I'm ready to run through a wall, man. This guy's on fire. But then, of course, he broke down the Niners on Monday Night Football. We'll get to Nick Bosa. Actually, let's start with Nick Bosa and his defense, and we'll get to the offense in just a second because he has some very interesting tweets Monday night about the 49ers offense. But, Baldy, this defense, man, they're electric on all 3 levels, man. Hufanga, Bosa, Frank Warner Jr., Drake Greenlaw, 15 tackles. What a performance on Monday night against the Rams.
Well, that's how they beat the Rams, and how they have been beating them. I mean, they physically beat them up, and they whip them. It starts up front. But you don't, there's stats for everything, but you don't even have to look at the stats. Just watch them play. I mean, nobody plays the game faster than the 11 guys on the field for the 49ers. They're so coordinated. They run, they just sprint to the ball every play. Fred Warner's the quarterback. He gets it all started. He's got everybody lined up. But they're so coordinated. They simply don't break down. They don't give you anything. They don't give you a free down. They don't give you a free first down. You have to earn everything you get. And that's what they did. I mean, the middle of the field is the most valuable real estate in a football game. And they just are a no-fly zone in the middle of the field. They try to throw it to Cooper Kupp down there in the red zone. They just shut it off. And so the corners can't play any better than they did. I mean, Allen Robinson's a non-factor. Travarius Ward just completely locked them up. There's no third option. And so they're really good. They're 8 front. They're 8 deep up front. They all kind of feed each other. They put a 5th man into the rush a bunch with Greenlaw and Freddie Warner. They love doing that. They love being a 5th guy added to the rush. But that's about all they did. Otherwise, they kept everything in front of them all night.
Yeah, I felt like Greenlaw was flying around. I was getting vibes of Navarro Bowman, the way he was splitting through and wrapping up. I want to start with Bosa because I got an affinity for this guy. Sure. And I saw multiple times where they ran this stunt where he came free through the middle. And I don't remember them running this type of a play. Maybe they have, and I haven't noticed it. He was outstanding. If you would have told me, Joe, he hit the quarterback 22 times, I would have believed you in that game. He's outstanding, Baldy, but it's not just him. That whole defensive line felt like they were caving in the O-line, but it starts with Bosa.
It does start with Nick. He played a very high percentage of the snaps, played like 57 snaps. I was on the field a bunch. But that stunt you're talking about, a lot of teams are doing it now. They overload one side, and they run what we call a limbo, tango. They're just coming around the 2 guys that are driving. In that case, I think it was Givens and Armstead. And, it's just like, I call it a demolition derby, but bodies are just flying. They're just getting mangled in there, and Bosa's coming free. And really, Stafford he's crafty. He knows how to kind of keep a play alive. He's not going to run away from anybody. He took his share of shots that night, kept kind of firing. But It does start with Nick. He's just a relentless player. He looks like a jetliner taking off. He's got a flat back. You could put a grand piano on it. He'd walk right up, 20 flights of stairs. Like that type of leverage. I don't care if you're Joseph, Noteboom, Havenstein, but pick a tackle. Like, you're going to have a hard time stopping him from crushing the pocket.
Brian Baldinger here on the Morning Roast on 95.7 The Game. Joins us usually every single Tuesday at 7:30, but this week with Monday Night Football, we moved him to Wednesday. Speaking of the defense here, DeMeco Ryans. And I know a lot of NFL teams like to hire offensive-minded coaches, but it sure seems like DeMeco's getting in line for a head coaching job, at least next season. He's flying around the sidelines. He's chest bumping players. His energy is contagious. And like you said, Baldy, they're blitzing a little bit. Slot corner blitzes. I saw Lenore blitz. I saw Hufanga come from the safety spot blitzing. Can you talk about what DeMeco Ryans has done and what's the difference between his defense and maybe a Robert Saleh coach defense when he was with the 49ers?
Well, I think this defense is better. I think it's better personnel. Dre Greenlaw is now a full-time starter, and his speed is noticeable. I mean, Freddie Warner, I'm just going to knock on wood right now, guys. I mean, I've never seen him miss a game. And that goes back, he told me he never missed a game in high school, never missed a game at BYU, he's never missed a game with the 49ers.
Wow.
Like, his ability to line up and play every single game is, you can't, it's like, it's like your quarterback. You want your quarterback just to be there every single week. Your middle linebacker is there every week. It's the same thing. Like, he's got them all coordinated. He's actually pointing in the middle of plays as, Cooper Kupp comes in motion. He's telling everybody where it's going. Like, he already knows where it's going. He already knows what the play is because you know the formation, you know the play. Know the formation, you know the play. It's like, it's like learning the alphabet. It's once you get it, you got it. Like, you're just never going to forget it. Forwards or backwards. So, like, it starts there, but then what Hufanga is doing right now is ridiculous. Because they just play the game so fast. There's no blinking. There's no, sometimes you always say, well, indecision leads to, big plays. Well, there's no indecision. And that falls directly on DeMeco Ryans. That means whatever they're talking about in their meetings, in their breakouts, their walkthroughs, their practice, they're taking it to the field. And not everybody can do that. And so they are completely in lockstep with everybody else. And the Rams do a lot at them, believe me. Formations, plays, they did a lot, motions. They do a lot. They're good. And they just, keep that team out of the end zone. That's an accomplishment. Yeah,
you bring up Hufanga there, and he's just so intoxicating to watch because he's moving all around and he times the blitz. Even though he doesn't get home on the blitz, you just see the speed, and everyone's going to point to the interception, and I'll let you break that one down because that was an unbelievable play by him. There was a play earlier, and Bosa almost got a sack. Stafford stepped up. He wanted to throw to Cooper Kupp multiple times, and Hufanga kind of read the play and just got right in front of the passing lane and forced Stafford to kind of throw it out of bounds. There was no angle to throw it. And I thought, man, that's a hell of a play right there. That maybe doesn't show up as an interception or a blown up tackle. Just an instinctual play where he saw the play developing. He is developing in front of our eyes. How good is this kid?
Well, you said the word instincts, Joe. So a lot of guys have some instincts for the ball and for where plays are going. And sometimes they trust them and they become really good players. And then sometimes coaches take that out of them because they're not disciplined, they're not doing this, they're not in the right area. Ed Reed's the greatest free safety we've ever seen. But Fred, to Baltimore's credit, Rex Ryan, guys that coached him, they let him just play with his instincts. And he might be completely out of the play sometimes, but the instincts won for you. And I think when I watch Hufanga, I feel like his instincts, you have to let him go. Even if he makes a mistake, people are comparing him to Polamalu, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But Polamalu had that. You go, how can he be leaping over the offensive line to make the tackle and still be responsible for the back third? How can you do that? You have to let these guys go. The interception is, here comes Tyler Higbee in motion. All right. And he's basically coming there to get set. It's man coverage. So Hufanga goes with them. He drops down. And Hufanga reads the angle that Tyler Higbee is going to pick for Cooper Kupp because it plays for Kupp. So he sees the angle. He knows it's not a route. It's not a wheel. It's not one of these type of double moves or anything like that. He knows he's doing one thing, and that's to go pick for Cooper. And as soon as he did it, he just trusts his instincts. Now, if he runs a wheel, there's nobody covering a wheel. You know what I mean? Like you're going to get burned, and the Rams are going to be tying the game up at that point. But his instinct said it's not a wheel, it's a pick, and that's why he jumped it. And then the other part of anybody that has good ball skills is they have unbelievably fast eyes. They locate the ball fast, like a great hitter. They can see the spin of the ball. They recognize the ball, you know, and their eyes are on it, and then their hands follow. So quick eyes, fast hands. Like, that's what you see from that play.
Yeah, Hufango's playing at a high level right now. Should get consideration for Defensive Player of the Month in the NFC. Brian Baldinger here on the Morning Rush on 95.7 The Game. Let's go over to the offensive side of the football. Look, they did enough to win the football game. Did not turn the ball over. Not a lot of penalties. It kept Jimmy Garoppolo upright for the most part. But you had a tweet about George Kittle that we all find intriguing, Baldy. You were thinking, you tweeted out Monday night, do they even call plays for George Kittle? And you look at his last 8 games, 21 catches, 220 yards, 1 touchdown in the last 8 for George Kittle, one of the best, what we think, tight ends in all of football. What are you seeing on film? Is George Kittle blocking? Are they not designing plays? This is on the quarterback. We're trying to figure out this mystery on why number 85 is not touching the rock.
Well, the first half, he wasn't involved in one single pass. I mean, he was basically the extra blocker, you know, whether it was on some kind of a hit screen where he's just going out there to pick somebody, whether it was staying in to protect with the tackle, whether it's McKivitz or Moore. You know, I mean, he was just a blocker for the most part. I feel like this is just me. I don't know what happened at halftime. I feel like at halftime, Kyle said to him, "We're going to call your number here." And like second play of the half, they called his number on Lil Curl, 20 yards, first down. You know, the thing, you know, and what I kind of get, the reason why I did it was, you know, they ran the go route on the outside to Warner, Charlie, and I'm like, and Kittle's blocking, and Warner's running the route, and I'm going, this is backwards. Like Kittle gets to that ball. He actually gets to that ball with his speed and his burst. Like Charlie can't. Okay, so why isn't Charlie being the extra guy blocking? Why isn't Kittle running that route? Now you can say, okay, it's by disguise, and baloney. Like let that guy go win, because the one thing about George, we haven't seen much of it, obviously. He's got, 6 catches?
Yeah.
Is, you know, his old tight end coach told him, he goes, don't ever let one guy bring you down. Like, it was a mentality. Like, don't go out of bounds, and one guy's not bringing you down. You're too big, you're too explosive, you're too strong. And so we haven't seen that from George, but that's when he set the record for receiving yards by a tight end or, you know, whatever he did that year. Like, it was after the catch. Like, that guy can go just like we saw Debo do the other day. Now, he could do the same thing, but you got to target him. You got to call his number. We see tight ends get targeted all the time. Mo Alley Cox caught 2 touchdown passes. Wow. Jelani Woods caught 2 the week before. I could go through the whole list
Kelsey.
of tight ends in this league. You know, but like you got to call his number.
Well, so then Baldy, because I get frustrated because I know he's a great blocker and I get all that, but I'm paying him to catch the ball as well. So when people say to you, but he's such a great inline blocker, they don't have Trent Williams. He's got to stay in. You played the game. You were an offensive lineman. What's your counter to that?
So I asked a coach one time why his tight ends block like crap, and he goes, because you know people can't honor 2 gods. Like you're either going to be a receiver or you're going to be a blocker. So Travis Kelce blocks a little bit. He gets in the way of some people every once in a while. I'll point it out, but he's an elite route runner and receiver. But they've got 3 other tight ends that do all the inline blocking when they need that. When they want to finish the game out, 4-minute drill, like they got him on the backside. He's not going to get involved. But to George's, like, to his credit, why he never really ever seemingly complains about any of this. And it's hard to complain when you whip the Rams like they did and you win the game and, you know, you're back in the winning column. So it's hard to say anything. But that's his curse, is he's a great blocker. And that's part of, you know, playing at Iowa. At Iowa, you're going to get on the field, you better learn how to block.
No doubt.
And, you know, that's how he got on the field at Iowa.
But we're seeing his Iowa brethren, T.J. Hawkinson scored 2 touchdowns. You talk about tight ends, Baldy. You went down the list. He had a monster day against the Seattle Seahawks last Sunday. Baldy on the Morning Roast here on 95.7 The Game. Deebo Samuel, special player. I mean, Shasky and I have been kind of going back and forth on how to get him the ball. the running play, it looks like you said last week, Baldy, the offense looks stale, right? You're giving Debo the ball in the backfield. He's running up against 8-man boxes, but getting him out on the perimeter against DBs, that's a nightmare for the secondary. And we saw what we saw Monday Night Football on that wide receiver screen. Great downfield blocking, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, but Debo is a special player when he gets the ball in space.
Well, it's a mentality. It's his mentality. It's why we love him. It's why we love watching him. It's like we love every time the ball goes to him, because you never know when you're just going to see some kind of, an Aaron Judge home run on just about, any given play that he touches the ball. That's what you're kind of holding your breath on. And when he started crossing field like that, on the Ventura Freeway, going from the left lane to the right lane, you're like, here he goes. Like, he might do this. Like, you're kind of like, you're right there in step with him all the way across the way. I don't know what Jalen Ramsey was doing. He's trying to take his shoe off or something, but ran right through that tackle. I mean, it was unbelievable. And look, they didn't have to do a lot when Wilson goes up the middle for that touchdown run, 38 yards, and it was perfectly blocked play and kind of a new play for them. They haven't really showed that much. And, I thought they played really well. These guys, I mean, you didn't hear Aaron Donald's name hardly at all. Leonard Floyd, like those guys, they really played their best game overall up front. It was, you're playing without Trent against that front, and you do that, and you keep Jimmy upright. That's an unbelievable day for that group.
Well, what is that offensive line doing that you're seeing? Because, I mean, let's be honest, it's probably the most scrutinized part of the team outside of the quarterback because of all the inexperience. So, are there a particular player, or is there something that they're doing to kind of negate? Because I don't understand the Aaron Donald thing. He was so good in that fourth quarter of the NFC Championship game, and they erased him.
Well, in order to they had one breakdown up front, which is mind-boggling.
No one touched him.
To Jimmy's credit, he got the ball out of his hands, saved the sack, saved intentional grounding. But outside of that, what they did was, in order to defeat Aaron Donald or limit him, you have to do it as a group. It's not one guy. It's never one guy. It's a group. It's a group effort. It's not like you're designing your offense and your running game to eliminate him. You do it in tangent together. And I thought, and then, guys lined up on him and blocked him. I mean, Banks lined up on him. He blocked him when he had to a couple times and, didn't get beat quickly. I thought they played, Jalen came in there. I thought they battled just really, really well all game long. And they do a lot of different things, the Rams, and nothing really fooled them. Like, they weren't fooled. Blitzes or fronts and things that they do, because they change up a lot. It's not like it's a static group where they're just a four-man front.
Yeah.
They do a lot. Like, nothing really confused them.
Yeah, we'll get to the Rams, the second matchup, in a little bit later. They play again in a month. Of course, the Niners are going out to Carolina. Then they play Atlanta on the road. Let's look at Carolina, look ahead to them. Baker Mayfield's struggling. That offense is struggling. I still respect their defense, but Carolina seems like they're stuck in mud here. What's going on with the Panthers, and what do the Niners, obviously they have to avoid turnovers, but what's the one thing they should be worried about when it comes to the Carolina Panthers this next Sunday?
Well, I mean, just that. Like, is Baker going to wake up and ever become Baker? It's like what Jimmy said after the loss last week. Like, I need training camp. I need this. I need, I can't just come off and just the rust is going to be gone. And when you watch Baker, he was hurt at the end of the last year, had no offseason anywhere, gets signed in July, never met some of the guys that he's in the huddle with until they went to training camp. And then he's learning a new offense, and everybody's learning a new offense. New offense coordinator, everybody's learning it. And and he had, I think he threw 12 passes in preseason. So, he had no preseason, and now you're playing these games. And, he's really struggling. And the 49ers' job is to make sure they keep struggling. Because I know Baker a long, long time. I remember when he was a walk-on freshman at Texas Tech. And, that guy is a highly, highly competitive kid, and he throws a good deep ball, and you just don't see it yet. And so that's what you got to caution yourself in. You can't, if I was the 49ers, honestly, I'd probably watch very little film this week, because you're going to say, oh, they're not good. And, they beat themselves. And if we just play, you just play halfway decent, they're not going to penetrate. I wouldn't even, mess with it too much.
Wow.
I would just try to, I wouldn't put any thoughts in my head going across the country that we're going to play a bad football team. Defensively, they have a lot of playmakers. I don't know. Number 49 is Frankie Louvu. I know Frankie was with the Jets. He's been bouncing around the league. The guy's a star. Pick 6 last week. They've got players. Brian Burns can make you look bad, real bad. You know, Derek Brown is an immovable object in the middle. I mean, their corners play press man coverage. Their defense coordinator, you know, Snow, like that guy can design blitzes with the best of them. They can make you look bad if you're not really sharp. I mean, they're just capable of, that's the NFL.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. When you look at the 49ers in the NFC West, in the NFC as a whole, where do you think they stack up a quarter away through the season?
Well, the way this defense is playing right now, Joe, like, they're the best. They're the best team. Like, they're out front of everybody. Nobody's playing defense like this. Now, can you maintain this for 17 weeks? Can you stay reasonably healthy? All those kind of things that you got to do. You know, it's just hard to score against them. I mean, look, they got kind of a touchdown by Dante Pettis back in that monsoon against Chicago when, like, that's the type of player, Justin Fields, a guy that can really move, extend plays, Kyler Murray, those guys that can extend plays and break the foundation of your defense down by holding the ball for 4, 5, 6 seconds and then taking a moonshot across the field to somebody that you didn't plaster. Like, those are the type of plays or players that can hurt this defense.
All right, Baldy, where are you going to be next weekend? The fans want to know. I want to know where you at. You were in Vegas last week shaking hands with Josh Jacobs. You gave him the magic touch. He ran all over the Broncos.
Yeah, I told him, man.
That was awesome.
I told Max. Max jumped in my back coming out of the tunnel. I said, if you don't get 2 today, I'm not doing any more videos on you. Like, it's like, go get 2. So he took over the second half. I'm in Cleveland. Chargers in Cleveland.
Sneaky good game there. Nick Chubb.
Yeah,
You get to see Chubb.
Good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. League's best right now. Like, nobody's running the ball like Chubb.
Wow, Chubb, and you get to see Justin Herbert and Eckler went in Houston last week. They're trying to get on track, man. Big game. NFL, a lot of parity so far this year, although I think the Philly Eagles, as you're breaking them down, Baldy, they look good on both sides of the football.
Baldy, you look like you're about to go do CrossFit.
Yeah,
if you're looking on the YouTube chat right now, the guy's got, it's like a Technicolored bandana with the lime green shirt.
He's about to work out with Lane
badass.
Johnson. You going down with Lane?
I'll be over at Lane's house today. We got power. Like, he's at practice today, so I got the whole barn to myself. I can do whatever I want. We'll just crank up AC/DC and throw as much iron around as I possibly can handle.
Baldy, you're the man. You're the man. Have fun in Cleveland, Ohio, Baldy. We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
See you guys.
All right, man. Brian Baldy, the best at Baldy NFL. Can't wait for him to come to the Bay Area. Baldy breaking it down. He breaks down everything. And let's react to it. 888-957-9570 Roasters. Baldy just broke down his defense. The immovable object. That's what he's basically calling them. Nick Bosa playing at a high level. Hufanga. Everybody wants a 29 jersey right now. Talanoa Hufanga is everybody's best friend. He's playing well. And by the way, Deebo Samuel. Heard what he said about Deebo? Well, Deebo Samuel's going to join Damon and Rado today at 4:45.
That's cool.
4:45, Deebo Samuel all with Damon and Rado. Look at that. I know Damon's going to do the damn
Well, there's
thing.
going to be like 3 or 4 great Damon questions, and then you're going to get the random, what do you think about the AFC East? from Ray.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
You think Deebo knows who's in the AFC East?
Does Shad Khan want to move the team to London?
David's definitely going to bring up the Instagram stuff. No doubt. No doubt, right?
Why not?
Why not?
You know, I love, like, the Jalen Ramsey-Debo thing. When we think about some of the great rivalries between wide receivers and DBs, it starts in our own backyard.
Yeah.
Dion and Rice went at it for years. I remember when Tim McKyer came to the Niners.
And he was talking mad stuff.
Crazy.
Oh, when he became a Falcon? Remember he was a Falcon?
Well, I think he was a Dolphin first, then a Niner, then a Falcon,
Yeah,
right?
because he went to the Falcons and he really wanted to stick
I could be wrong. I could have the sequence wrong. I know he was a Dolphin, a Niner, and a Falcon.
He wanted to stick it to the Niners, and he would talk so much smack.
Remember him?
Oh, do I ever?
He was solid, though.
Tim McKyer's a good player.
Like, give it to me. I know you're looking at
59 years old. I am looking at it right now.
So what was it?
So he started off
Dolphins
as a Niner, won a Super Bowl.
Oh, he was a Niner first.
3-time Super Bowl champ.
Okay.
Tim McKyer, 86 to 89.
Yeah.
Then he was a Dolphin.
See?
And then he went to the Falcons. I thought he was a Falcon longer. Then he bounced around the league. He went to Detroit, Pittsburgh, Carolina,
I remember
Atlanta.
he was a
back
Dolphin.
to Atlanta. Oh, he won a Super Bowl with Denver in 97.
But they would go at it, and then obviously, famously, when Dion signs with the Niners, him and Rice would go at it at practice. But Andre Rison and Deion Sanders go at it.
Classic
and
Georgia
then they're
Dome.
punching each other, and then Dion picks off that ball and does high stepping for like 38 yards.
All in front of the Falcons sideline, was talking the whole way. And then after the game, he goes, how you going to disrespect me in my house? I built this house.
Everybody doing the gritty. I'm telling you, the Dion dance
is the best thing ever.
Of all time.
It's the best thing ever. It's the best thing ever. Our injury report in just a second.
Whose house? My house. Dude,
Chris Berman, I remember when he used to show Prime Time, and they used to show him in all the different uniforms, Falcons, Niners, Cowboys. And when he became, when he started playing for Washington, and Chris Berman would be like, Prime Time. And then he returned the punt, and he's high-stepping 5 yards away from... That dance is legendary.
Injury report time.
All right, sorry. I got to hit a riff about Deion Sanders. I'm in a good mood today.
I know, I love it.
It's time for the injury report. That really hurts. Brought to you by Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years.
I was actually happy yesterday, too. Victory Tuesday.
Am I on this injury report?
No, you're not. You should be. That would actually be pretty funny. Sam Lubman. Write it down.
That'll be tomorrow's injury report.
There you go, because, there's no Giants on this injury report, thank the heavens. Their season's done today. They're trying to battle.
On the IR.
They're trying to battle for 500. Good luck watching that game. 110 first pitch. Who cares at Petco Park? Nobody cares. By the way, I saw Crooked Kite yesterday. They said hello to you, Shasky.
Nice.
I'm lying. They said hello. Bad beats continue for the 49ers offensive line. Colton McKinnon, who had been starting at left tackle with Trent Williams out, he suffered an MCL sprain during the Niners Monday night win over the Rams. Head coach Kyle Shanahan compared the injury to the one suffered by linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair and, of course, Elijah Mitchell. He's going to be out for a while. Expected to be out 6 to 8 weeks. And that is your injury report, brought to you by Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years. What's coming up on the game, sponsored by Fremont Bank. Full-service banking, no compromises. Bobby Marks at 8:30 to talk a little Dubs basketball and contracts. We'll transition to the Dubs, but 888-957-9570. Comcast Business text line and the phone line. What are your thoughts on what Baldy said about Debo, the defense? Can this defense carry the offense? Because I'm a little worried now about this Carolina game after hearing from Baldy. I want to hear from the roasters out there. 888-957-9570. The roast will be back.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Fall Savings Event.
Hey, I'm checking off my fall to-do list. I've got apple picking done. Now I need a cozy rug for cider tasting night.
Well, we've got offers on rugs, lighting, and more. And as an IKEA family member, you'll save $20 when you spend $200 or more pre-tax.
Great. Now I actually have to make cider.
Visit us in-store or at IKEA-USA.com/fall savings event to get ready and save. Offer valid 10/7 to 10/10 in the U.S. Discount applied proportionally across items purchased as shown on receipt. See store and IKEA-USA.com/fall savings event for complete terms and restrictions.
If you're a professional builder or designer, here's some good news from our friends at Golden State Lumber. Their relationships with Capital Lumber, Cal Cascade, Humboldt Sawmill, and other suppliers have led to an increase in their lumber inventory. Additionally, Golden State's state-of-the-art Stockton facility is fully equipped with a wall panel production facility. Golden State can help you save space, labor, and time with these prefabricated walls, and they're delivered directly to the job site. Golden State strives to deliver the most materials the next day, and in most cases, the same day. And remember, the best tool you can use on the job site is the Golden State app, which provides greater access to their industry-leading service. You'll have access to resources like important zoning regulations, permitting details, and hundreds of user guides, all at your fingertips. The Golden State app is available at goldenstatelumber.com, Google Play, and the App Store. Supplying the Bay Area since 1954. Golden State, when you succeed, we succeed.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you might be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to getrefunds.com/sports, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to getrefunds.com/sports. That's getrefunds.com/sports.
Football season is here. The new Odyssey app lets you stay connected to your NFL team, your station, your shows. Follow your favorite stations and come back again and again. Get real-time updates on everything you care about. Miss your show? Jump back to their awesome rewind feature. The Odyssey app is NFL football, live and on demand, wherever you are, whenever you want. And did we mention it's all free? Download the Odyssey app today.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMC FM at HD1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app. It's time to wake up with a nice cup of morning roast.
Oh, yeah.
Featuring Bonte Hill and Joe Shasky.
Well, I'm about that action, boss.
Take it out! This is the morning roast on 95.7 The Game.
Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby. Good morning, everybody out there. Hopefully, everybody is having a good morning. If you're getting off your graveyard shift, hopefully you had a good night. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody at work. If you're getting ready for work, if you're in traffic, drive safely on those roadways in the Bay Area. Good morning to everybody out there. Craig Mack, Spadoni, and Lubman. Good morning to you guys. And you, Joe Shasky III. We just had Baldy on. We'll get Bobby Marks at 8:30. Talk some NBA basketball contracts with the Golden State Warriors. Ring night, October 18th. Ring night. They have a preseason game bling, Sunday at Chase Center. October 9th. Bling, bling. First banner going up at Chase Center. The vibes. You get LeBron in the building, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, Pat Bev. That's going to be a hot, hot ticket, baby. Most expensive regular season ticket since Kobe Bryant's final game.
Really?
As an LA Laker, yeah.
Based off like the secondary market or whatever?
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it is. But it's a hot, hot ticket. You go in, you probably get the credential in there, sneak in there, weasel your way in there.
I like to pay for my tickets.
fibber. This guy's such a liar. Too much, man.
But if Bob Myers wants to come through and hook your boy up,
now you're begging. No, you know
Michelle and I would love to take.
No, you got to pay for your ticket. You say that's what you want to do.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. You got big money.
Well, I pay it forward with a lot of schmoozing.
Well, not only that, but you got the house in Russian River. You got the house in the city. I mean, you're big baller, dog. You're a baller. You like to pay for your ticket. Said no one ever.
Got Bougie Bonte and Swanky Shasky.
Yeah, but Bougie Bonte is all that free 99 movement, baby. Come on. Real quick on Baldy, because as we look forward to Carolina, and, the Niners beat up on the Rams. I don't even know if the Rams are that good this year.
Are we going to do that?
I'm not doing that.
I'm not Super Bowl champs.
I'm not writing them off.
I know.
I'm not writing them off.
And we'll see if their season is good or not. I still believe them to be one of the top 8 teams in the NFC.
But I'm not going to lie to you. This Carolina game's a tricky game. 1:05 start, West Coast time, so 4 o'clock on the East Coast.
It's a trap.
It'll be their night game. It feels like a trap game. They're not playing well. They do have their defense is good. Brian Burns, Derek Browdy brought him up, the big man from Auburn. Remember they had the big 2D tackles? He's there plugging. Shaq Thompson's not a bum. He's not a bum.
No, he's a really good player.
He's a really good player. They got good corners. J.C. Horn, son of Joe Horn.
Yeah.
Joe Horn, of course, producing one of the greatest interviews of all time at 95.7 The Game. Shout out Ryan Covey.
I asked him straight up, well, what do you do these days, Joe Horn? What are you up to?
I do a little marketing and stuff like that.
The very next day, he got his door kicked in by the feds.
He's out of jail now. I was looking him up, man. I don't think he's in jail now, but Joe Horn, unbelievable. But you know what? All right, 187 on YouTube. I'm in Charlotte. They stink. Say you didn't watch a game without saying you didn't watch a game. So I've watched a little bit of the Carolina Panthers.
Well, I watched them. They were part of the Sunday afternoon package this last week. And first thing I thought of when I watched Carolina, I said, oh, when did they go to turf?
Right. They went to turf.
First thing I said. I was like, did I miss something?
It looks really weird. Well, they need to go back to grass. But they were up 10-0 in that game.
Yeah.
And I remember in our text thread, we were all going crazy like, man, Arizona's not right. And then you look back and you're like, oh, snap, they just got smoked.
I know.
Carolina just got smoked, so I like their defense. Offensively, yeah, they're inept, but they still have playmakers. A little concerned about the game, that's all, because the trend, Shasky, does this concern you? Offensively, the Niners scored 3 points in the second half against Chicago. They scored 7 against Seattle. The offense scored 3 against the Rams on Monday Night Football, and then 3 against the Broncos last week on Sunday Night Football. So it's like, in the second half, the offense hasn't done much. And that, to me, is worrisome because teams are going to keep attacking. And, yes, you have a great defense. That's asking a lot from them. Just to say, hey, I need you to pitch a shutout in the second half. That's tough.
No, it is. There's no doubt. And they're going to have to score more in the second half and make those adjustments. They have been in situations where it feels like, based on the score and the flow of the game, they're not being asked to push the ball down the field and be more aggressive. So I'm sure there's going to be a game coming up where they're going to have to throw the ball and score and put it in the end zone. There's no doubt. But that's not exclusive to them. We talked about the Rams for just a second here. They are getting outscored in the fourth quarter alone, 44-3.
Getting smoked.
All right, so right now the Rams have 3 points in the fourth quarter for all of the 2022 season.
That's sad.
But you got to believe that that's going to turn around. So I think it's a small sample size. It's a rough month. It's early in the year. You've already gone through a quarterback change. Your quarterback, whether you agree with this or not, hasn't had a lot of game reps in terms of this year and had the playbook. But I think moving forward, they're going to be better.
I think Jimmy will be better. I think Jimmy will have some of his finest hours over the next 2 weeks. I hope so. I want to see this offense get going. Let them get going a little bit, man. More explosives. But look, we're not going to complain again. If they win 13-10 on Sunday, Bonte Hill will not complain.
They win 3-0. I'll be happy.
They'll be 3-2. First place in the NFC West. All good in the hood. You know what I'm saying? It's about winning.
Yeah.
We're starving for a trophy. And not the Lamar Hunt trophy that's in the AFC. What's the George Halas trophy in the NFC? We're talking about the Lombardi.
Well, and this is also a Deebo Samuel return to the Carolinas.
Yeah, also Javon Kinlaw.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, South Carolina, stand up.
I didn't even think of that.
A lot of familiar faces out there. So they have his family out there. Kinlaw will have his family out there. Hopefully he can suit up.
And it sounds like the Niners are going to be doing the Greenbrier thing again.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
They're going to be staying at the Greenbrier. For those that don't know,
Virginia.
The Niners used to stay in Youngstown, Ohio, and then a couple of years ago they realized, there's like a 5-star hotel that we can stay at, and that's the Greenbrier, where they hold a lot of golf tournaments.
Yep.
And so that's where they're going to be staying for, I believe, the week. Is that correct?
Yep, the week they'll stay there.
In between the two.
Yeah, so they go from Carolina to the Greenbrier, practice at the Greenbrier, they go down to the ATL, so they don't have to come all the way back to the West Coast, because that's like a 5.5 hour flight.
I don't know if you remember during the Chip Kelly era, but as they prepared for their Chicago game when they stayed back east, do you remember what they did?
No, I don't.
Well, they stayed in Youngstown, Ohio, and it produced maybe the greatest photo I've ever seen in 49ers social media history. I believe Phil Dawson was the kicker at the time. There was a trainer pouring water over a football as they were preparing to kick it. You remember
That's
it now?
right, yeah.
And they were like, we're getting ready for the snowy conditions.
Yeah.
And they were dead serious.
And they did not play well. I think Kaepernick, what did he complete, like 2 passes in that game?
They were
ugly.
-3 passing yards in the first half. And Chip Kelly just had no answers.
Dude, he benched Kaepernick. It ended like, that may have been the worst football game.
That was rock bottom.
Outside of the Red Box Bowl between Michigan State and Oregon.
No.
That may have been the worst football game of all time.
Losing to Johnny Manziel felt like rock bottom, and then that game happened.
Yeah.
And not only did they blow Chip Kelly out, that social media person, gone.
God, out of there.
Like, gone like a Judge home run.
That was such a dark year.
Remember that?
So I was going out to those games during the Chip Kelly era, and I think, when did you make your debut at Levi's? Was it 2017? Or 2018?
I forget.
When did I drag you down there?
17, maybe 18.
I dragged you down there 2018. I was going out of those games. Dude, the press box seats were empty. Yeah, plenty of access. Hey, dude, the lines for the omelet bar in the press box was not long at all.
The omelet bar.
It was not long at all, trust me. We were talking about it yesterday with some digital. Taylor at NBC Sports Bay Area, writing articles for NBC Sports Bay Area. It's like, dude, they had the nachos at halftime. They had the tacos. They had the prime rib. I mean, Levi's Stadium got it going on when it comes to the press box. I need to go make a visit soon. But 2016, the Chip Kelly year, it was so empty. So they honored like Eddie DeBartolo at halftime, I think, in a Patriots game that year.
It was also Dwight Clark, remember?
That was the Cowboys game, though.
Yeah, but didn't he show up to that, or am I wrong?
Maybe he showed up to that.
Okay.
But I believe they honored Eddie DeBartolo, and it was raining.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady was there as a Patriot.
I remember
and there was
that.
nothing but Patriot fans there. It was actually depressing. It was nothing but empty seats. Everybody's ducking for the rain. And I'm thinking to myself, Eddie doesn't deserve this. And it was rock bottom. But I'm looking at the 2016 schedule, that Chicago game. Boy, oh boy. They lost 26-6.
And what was the final passing numbers for Kaepernick?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up.
That was and it's not just on Kaepernick. I mean, Jeremy Curley was your lead dog.
Kaepernick wins. Oh my gosh, look at these numbers. He was 1 of 5 for 25 yards, and he got sacked 5 times. Blaine Gabbert came in to replace him. He was 4 of 10, 35 yards.
Blaine Gabbert still on the bench.
Blake Gabbert, who just retired today.
The funniest part,
that was Blake Bortles. Excuse me.
I was watching the as we go down
bum-ass quarterback
when the Niners were garbage memory rabbit hole. I was watching the Packers, the beginning of the Packers New England game, and the graphic comes on the board. Brian Hoyer's last win, 2016. I'm like, this guy's still getting jobs since 2022.
He didn't win in 2017. That's right. He did.
He hasn't won a game since 2016.
And then he gets hurt.
I know. And I'm like, dude, he was the Niners starter.
2016 with the Browns. He was with the Browns, right, when he last won that game?
You tell me who he was.
Because remember, he looked good on a Thursday night football game with the Cleveland Browns. And I'm like, damn, Brian Hoyer looks like a good quarterback.
Mike Pettin?
Mike Pettin, yes.
Pettin.
There you go.
Wow, what a name.
So Matt Barkley beat the Niners in that game. He was the starting quarterback for the Bears that day.
From USC?
Yep.
First ever game he started was in Ohio State?
Yep.
Fight on.
Oh, my God.
I thought Matt Barkley was going to be legit.
You did?
I did. He's at Notre Dame.
Again?
He got me again.
USC?
He got me.
John David Booty didn't teach you?
Well, we went out. It was actually on my birthday. We were watching Stafford USC. USC came to Stafford, and Barkley just got beat up in that game, and it was like, oh,
he would have been the number 1 pick if he had left early, but he went back for his senior year, and his draft stock just tanked so bad.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good. So Matt Barkley, 11 to 18, 192 yards. Jordan Howard, 32 carries, 117 as the Bears won 26-6. The weather in that game was 33 degrees, but it felt nastier.
Well, the Niners were being prepared in the Greenbrier in the sunny conditions, pouring water bottles over football so they could get ready for wet, slick footballs.
Dude, that Chip Kelly year was rough.
Well, and that's what makes me feel so, as we're going full circle here, this is why Niner fans are so happy when they win, because it's hard to win in the NFL, B. And we went through some dark times. Now, yes, should we raise the standards on certain things? Of course we should over time. But at the same time, you don't want to you want to run this guy out of town. You want to run that. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing. Just think back. They went 4 coaches in 4 years.
Dude, I'm looking at this coaching staff.
Blaine Gabbert was supposed to be a savior.
Sasky, listen to these names on the coaching staff. We've come a long way.
Yeah, give it to me.
Chip Kelly, the head coach.
Was Mangini on there?
No, I don't see Mangini on this list.
Thank God.
Curtis Mockins was the offensive coordinator.
I don't even...
Jim O'Neill was your defensive coordinator.
Jim O'Neill. He was young. He was like a 30-something-year-old. And Greg Cosell, who was like Mr. All-22 film, he is one of the smartest minds in the history of football that I've ever been around.
Jim O'Neill?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You don't remember that?
Oh, I don't remember.
Greg Cosell was slurping him.
Oh, my God.
Greg Cosell. You can't ask me that question. It's a function of the offense.
Spinoni or Lupton, can you look up what Jim O'Neill is doing right now, the former D coordinator of the 49ers?
Most condescending answer of questions of all time,
Look up
Greg
Jim
Cosell.
O'Neill. I want to know what he's doing right now. Dana Bible was your offensive assistant. Mick Lombardi was your offensive quality control coach. Guy named Jeff Nixon, coaching tight ends. Kevin O'Connell, your offensive assistant. And Jason Tarver. I think he was coaching with the Raiders.
Yeah, he was.
Coaching with the Raiders. He was your senior defensive assistant.
Tarver throwing out the bird to the refs. You remember that famous picture?
Yeah.
Yep. O'Neill, currently the Northwestern defensive coordinator.
He's got to be, what, like 41 now? 42?
43 from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He was most recently with the Las Vegas Raiders. He was their DB's coach in 2020.
Oh, well,
and he was a defensive coordinator first time with Chip Kelly. Wow, we're psychos.
The Raiders' defense immediately improved when he left. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, he didn't go do a good job with those DBs. Did not do a good job.
Well, I'm excited for this one because Christian McCaffrey is one of my favorite players to ever come out of Stanford, obviously, and the Niners had an opportunity to draft him. They went with Solomon Thomas, and I know McCaffrey's hurt a lot, and it felt like a luxury pick at the time because a lot of people were saying you're not good enough to be able to utilize a McCaffrey. It feels to me, and you could say, Joe, you're completely wrong. They use McCaffrey, and Debo's used differently, but they're very similar players in that they're Swiss Army knives. You want to get them out on the edges. You want to get the ball in their hand in space. So I think there's an interesting comparison between the two players.
His first 3 seasons, he plays all 16 games.
Talking about McCaffrey?
Christian McCaffrey. 2020 plays 3, gets hurt. 2021 it plays 7, gets hurt. So far, he's 4 for 4. He's averaging 4.7 yards a carry. He's still catching passes out of the backfield at 7.3 a clip, 19 catches on the season, only 138 yards. I wonder what's going to go on with Carolina because Love and I were talking about this Monday.
Matt Rule.
Monday morning. Matt Rule and company.
He's the coach.
Monday morning, we were talking about, man, if the Niners lose to the Rams and Jimmy plays terrible, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I was like, and I'm not a Sam Darnold fan whatsoever, but I was saying to myself, you're going to Carolina, maybe you could talk to their GM and you could pry away Sam Darnold just to have an experienced quarterback. Sam Darnold. That's how bad it was getting, right? It was like, you can't just go to Brock Purdy.
The Niners almost traded for Sam Darnold. At least there was talks
about that.
Of them trading with the Jets, and they said that they did their homework, and they were, I believe it was a second and a third that Carolina traded and then picked up his 5th-year option.
Right.
That could have been the Niners instead of drafting Trey Lance.
So I'm happy that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Sam Darnold guy, but that's where I was at.
Never
but what I'm getting to with Christian McCaffrey, what are they going to do with Christian McCaffrey? Scott Fitterer, the GM of the Carolina Panthers. Niners are their running back. How much would it cost for McCaffrey? What's his I'm gonna look up his contract now because it may not make sense.
This is the team that I think that should be all over him. Tom Brady's Tampa Bay Bucks.
Oh well, that'd be steal.
That's a match made in heaven.
Don't even speak that into existence.
Check down heaven. No,
don't speak that into existence, please.
You don't think that's check down heaven?
Well, I know it's check down heaven. I know what Christian McCaffrey would do with Tom Brady.
He'd be
amazing.
You
want those problems?
He'd be
the Niners
amazing.
they're going to have to see Tampa Bay soon. I don't want Christian McCaffrey in a Bucs uniform.
No.
Plus, the Panthers probably won't trade with the Bucs, considering their division rivals.
I'm just saying that he's like a perfect Brady player.
So he's got a lot of money on the table. He has a potential out in 2023. He can opt out. Now, if opts in, he would have another 3 years left on the contract, 11.8 next season, 11.8 in 2024, and $12 million in 2025. I don't know. The way I look at it is like this. When we cite those numbers offensively, with the defense playing so well for the 49ers, and I see 3 points in the second half against Chicago, I see 7 against Seattle, 3 against the Rams, and then 3 against the Broncos. They need playmakers.
Well, I look at it this way, B, because like I hear from a lot of Ayuk fans and Ayuk fantasy owners. They say, why does Brandon Ayuk get the ball the first 15 plays? He'll get a couple of touches.
And then doesn't touch it again.
Well, they don't even look his way the rest of the game. What is that? And I would say that, yes, in the Bronco game, I'd like to see him get some touches and some looks. In the Seattle game, you were running away. You're going to run the ball. You're not going to throw it a lot.
I get it.
It makes sense.
They're going to be conservative.
Exactly.
It's Jimmy's first game action.
Exactly.
Yeah, no
Ram
doubt.
game, you're kind of in control. You want to run the ball. It makes sense.
You got to put the game out of like, think about that. Hufanga makes the play. It's still a 17-9 football game, and that football game had no business being 17-9. We both know that. There should have been more
but they're
points on
going
the
to play
board.
in close games. Like, that's how they play. You know, they're going to play in close games. And so I guess what I'm saying is that at some point, and I'd like to see a little adversity in the sense of I want to see this team be forced to throw it a little so that we could get some of these playmakers going. Like, they need to get some guys going. Jennings had a couple of drops the other night. You know, I like Jennings. Boy, if Danny Gray can get that hip healthy, I'd love to see him out there.
Yeah,
Ray McLeod hasn't really done anything in the offense. Like, special teams, he's been okay, but it like they need another receiver to step forward.
Well, I agree. And you may need another playmaker from the outside. You need a playmaker on the outside. Who's it we were talking to? We heard somebody, I forget why I heard it, maybe yesterday. I'm getting so old. But they were like, the Niners are going to have to throw outside the numbers.
That was Jerry Rice said that.
Jerry Rice said that yesterday with us.
He said it's very predictable in the middle of the field.
You're going to have to throw outside the numbers at sometimes. So how can you isolate guys on the outside? Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel. Can Jimmy Garoppolo get the ball to the outside? Can he throw the ball outside? Can Kittle get outside? But I just bookmark it, Shasky. What's going to happen to Christian McCaffrey? Does Carolina really want to pivot? Because that's a guy in Shanahan's offense. What? Christian McCaffrey? Like, I know he's dealt with injuries. Where's his speed at? Well, we're going to find out on Sunday at 105, right?
Well, the other part of this is that, as we're talking about, like, the links between Carolina and the Niners, Jimmy G was supposed to be a destination for Carolina before Baker Mayfield.
As I was scrolling through an article, it said Carolina was a favorite to land Jimmy Garoppolo. This is an article back in March.
But, like, that was one of the spots that we thought, because of the situation with the coach and they want to win now and they've got this expensive owner who wants to spend it at no cost. So it's just there's a lot of stuff going back and forth here. Yes, the offense needs to do more. McCaffrey, because of their cap situation, I just don't see it. But I would love to have McCaffrey in this system.
Well, it's funny, and I don't know how.
Who would you rather have, Deebo or McCaffrey?
Would I rather have both on the same team?
No. I'm making you pick.
Deebo. I'm taking Deebo Samuel right now. Different positions.
Yeah, I know they're very different.
I'm taking Deebo, but McCaffrey can't roll between the tackles.
I think he's very underrated. I think we overhyped the injuries. I would love to have McCaffrey.
So our boy Jason Lockenfora, he loved Jason Lockenfora.
Volume shooter.
You talk to him a lot at night.
The Joey Gallo.
I listened to a lot of those interviews with you and Covey at night.
Of reporters.
Jason Lockenfora.
He swings and misses a lot, but when he connects.
He swings. He doesn't leave the bat on his shoulders. But this guy is apparently starting to rumor that Christian McCaffrey's name is now in trade rumors, especially with Baker Mayfield not playing well. So take it with a grain of salt. But he has lofty numbers, a lot of money, and some people say you don't want to pay a running back that much money.
Yeah.
That would probably make me hesitant, but damn.
Well, I think it doesn't. Like, I would love for him to play running back for the Niners. Don't get me wrong here. I think it costs too much, and his salary is a pretty high number. And I'm just worried, like, the Rams feel like a landing spot for him. That is such a Rams move, isn't it?
And would you have some fear with him being in a Rams uniform?
Absolutely.
You brought him up with Tom Brady.
Absolutely.
You brought him up with Tom Brady, and I'm thinking to myself, dear God, no. They'll be the favorites again in the NFC.
Well, also Arizona. Arizona would be another team that I would think that he would have fit really well.
With that said, and the Niners are in a great spot right now, being 2-2. You got Atlanta, you have Carolina and Atlanta on deck. You can improve to 4-2 for a big home date against the Kansas City Chiefs. With this defense playing at clicking on all cylinders, D'Amico Ryan's flying around. We don't know how long D'Amico's going to be here. This may be his last year as D coordinator with the 49ers. Don't you feel like it's now the Niners' time to go all in on something at the deadline? Like, they made the trade for Emmanuel Sanders. Great trade.
Yes.
Sneaky under the radar. Aminahu, who's playing well on that defensive line.
Hey.
Sneaky trade for them last year. Remember they traded?
He's good.
I remember I broke the news of the trade. It happened during our show.
Never heard of him.
We had never heard of him.
No, I didn't even know how to pronounce his name.
Like, who?
But, he's a solid pass rusher in that rotation.
Situational pass rusher.
Yeah.
Very, very
exactly.
good. He's a Kerry Hyder from 2020. I feel like this could be a year John Lynch and company says, you know what? To hell with it. Let's go get that Lombardi. Let's at least swing for it. Let's swing for it. It feels like Jimmy's last ride. You never know with George Kittle.
If you put McCaffrey and Debo in the same
That's what I'm saying.
offense, you're putting so much pressure on a defense. And I know what people are going to say. There's so much money for a running back.
I don't care.
But isn't your whole system based on running the ball? Why wouldn't you want to put a little bit on there?
That's what I'm saying. And Jeff Wilson Jr. being a compliment to Chris McCaffrey sounds great.
It does.
It sounds awesome.
It does.
And in McCaffrey, and I've been waiting for a running back to catch passes out of the backfield in this offense, what they wanted with Jarrett McKinnon. Now, again, I know the money is long, but what is Carolina going to do with McCaffrey? He's going to finish the season there? Because I don't want Tampa Bay grabbing him.
No.
I don't want the Rams grabbing him.
No.
I don't want Kingsbury all of a sudden getting all cocky saying, let's go bring in Christian McCaffrey and put him in the backfield with the Terminator, James Conner. We don't want that.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
Well, if you were to add Christian McCaffrey, I mean, I think that does make you the clear-cut NFC favorites.
How
you have weapons on offense.
We've been talking about.
I just don't see how he fits under the cap.
Yeah, they restructured a lot of money.
Yeah.
They could make that work.
And then you don't have your first-rounder next year. I mean, could you move one of your D linemen and then offset whatever draft capital?
I traded a first-round pick in 2020. Well, I don't know if I don't even know if it's going to cost a first-round pick for Christian McCaffrey at this point because of the injury history. Think about that. 3, 4, 7. Like, that's not good.
Well, and he's a running back, which we know they don't trade first-rounders for running backs. You know what I mean? Like, A.J. Brown was one first-rounder, right?
Yeah.
That's what they traded him for. He's a wide receiver.
And it seems like a steal.
Yeah, so I don't know. The other thing I keep thinking about, B, is that if you can't go out and make a trade for somebody, you do have Odell coming back from an ACL injury. I don't want him to go to the Rams. They clearly need a number 2 wide receiver.
So watching the game back on the broadcast,
I didn't see the
Troy Aikman said, the Rams still are keeping a locker for Odell Beckham Jr. They still have a locker for him. So it looks like he's going back to L.A. Now, he could have a change of heart saying, they're not going to the Super. They don't look like contenders.
Yeah, they have to be in the mix. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Maybe I'll go up north. Maybe I'll go across the hallway to the Chargers.
Maybe I'll go to Buffalo.
Maybe I'll go to Buffalo with Josh Allen.
Von Miller.
So it's no guarantee. So I needed, like we both keep talking about this, if they had one more playmaker, especially with the way they're utilizing George Kittle, and you heard Baldy say they didn't throw a pass to him in the first half. They're not even using him. Give me another playmaker. It opens it up for Debo. It opens it up for George Kittle. It opens it up for Ayuk.
The one team I don't want to see get Christian McCaffrey, Andy Reid, and Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, my gosh.
Because if they got him, it would be game over.
So, quick story.
That would be dream team status.
Before we get to Bobby Marks, Spinoni was there at the Fox Theater.
Spinoni's in my ear. Do not speak that into existence.
Dude, Spinoni was at the Fox Theater. Spinoni was a young whippersnapper on the promo team, doing a great job. We're at the Fox Theater. It was my first draft show. It's Joe Fortenbaugh and Greg Papa.
Oh, wow. 2 peacocks.
Kansas City trades up. And Papa sits there, and he's turning red. Fat Andy, he traded up. He's got to go get Christian McCaffrey. Raider fans were petrified.
Oh, Fat Andy.
Remember that? Fat Andy. They're going to go get Christian McCaffrey. Like, it was unbelievable. Remember that, Spinoni? It was unbelievable. That draft was so fun. Deshaun Watson. We get solid.
And he got Mahomes. It was worse.
It was worse.
It was way worse.
Way worse.
And then he left the Raiders.
Oh, man. All
Monday
right.
Night Football, tune in. Raiders at Arrowhead.
Oh, man. Monday Night Football.
Is that this Monday night?
Yeah.
It is.
That's awesome.
It's going to be a good game.
Yeah, that will.
It'll be a good game.
Yeah. I'll be asleep by halftime.
No, not that game. I think the Raiders got a shot. I actually think the Raiders have a shot to win this football game.
Really?
Yeah, you call me crazy. Divisional game. Raiders have played well on Arrowhead the last couple years.
Kansas City lost to Indy, so I guess anything can happen in football, but they look incredible.
Have some faith in the Raiders.
Don't step on the logo pregame like they did last year. Yannick Ngakoue is not on the team anymore.
Yeah, they got torched last year doing
Bobby
that.
Marks next.
God, the year before, they ran around the stadium, and it had the bus go around the stadium like, hey, we won at Arrowhead. Look at us. That was bad for
Then
Raiders.
the emails got leaked.
Bad for us. What's going on in case? Sponsored by Fremont Bank. Full service banking, no compromises. Bobby Marks is talking about the Golden State Warriors and their contract situations. Let's get to some hoops on the roast.
Do you think all premium fuels are the same? Well, your engine doesn't. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus helps keep your engine running like new because it's engineered to defend against 4 main engine threats: gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. So next time, choose Shell's most advanced fuel ever. It's fuel for thought. In engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline.
Everything, our farm, our stand, our pop-up shop, it really all started when we discovered the benefits of local, raw honey for our family.
And then we decided to turn it into a business.
We were looking for something to help us get up and running.
So we got the Chase Business Complete Banking Account.
It's more than a bank account. It comes with Quick Accept, which lets us take card payments anytime, anywhere in the U.S. using the Chase mobile app. Plus, we get same-day deposits at no extra cost. For us, it's more than honey. It's about sharing a little sweetness with the world.
Get the Chase Business Complete Banking Account with the essentials you need to help get your business going. Learn more at chase.com/business-complete-banking. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Quick Accept is not available in U.S. territories. Enrollment required. Usage subject to approval. Same-day deposits available for payments before 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday to Friday. Fees and rates apply for checking and processing. Limitations and restrictions apply. Participants compensated. Merchant services provided by Payment Tech LLC and WePay Inc. Subsidiaries of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Dr. Trudy Fleer here with the 5G Home Recovery Podcast. Let's discuss a very real existential threat to internet speed. It's a big one. Ready? T-Mobile Home Internet. It lags. Ugh. Now, what is lag? Lag is a delay in data being transmitted across the internet. For example, you're hitting that hot drop, the parachute cuts out, you've got an unsuspecting bot in your sights, and lag! You were actually eliminated 10 seconds ago. Nobody deserves that. So stop letting T-Mobile Home Internet ruin everything and switch to Xfinity. Learn more at xfinity.com/TMOFax.
Get an amazing value on Xfinity Internet with unlimited data included. Switch for $55 a month for 2 full years with no annual contract required and no equipment fees for 24 months. Go to xfinity.com/TMOFax, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 10/17/22. Restrictions apply. New fast internet and xFi Complete customers only. xFi Gateway required. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Fall Savings Event.
Hey, I'm checking off my fall to-do list. I've got apple picking done. Now I need a cozy rug for cider tasting night.
Well, we've got offers on rugs, lighting, and more. And as an IKEA family member, you'll save $20 when you spend $200 or more pre-tax.
Great. Now I actually have to make cider.
Visit us in-store or at IKEA-USA.com/fall savings event to get ready and save. Offer valid 10/7 to 10/10 in the U.S. Discount applied proportionally across items purchased as shown on receipt. See store and IKEA-USA.com/fall savings event for complete terms and restrictions.
Kirby is your driveway mechanic. They bring the shop to you with brake replacements, oil changes, washes, and so much more. Get $50 off your first oil change with code OIL50 at Kirby.com. That's CURBEE.com and use code OIL50.
Okay, 3 more climbers, 7 loggers.
Ted's sustainably sourced logging company is growing a new branch.
What about truck driver contracts?
Which means a new HR manager will be the first hire to fall.
Then we'll need to staff up the warehouse.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
In Alameda, we're looking for highs of 76, partly cloudy.
Weather brought to you by one thing. Install a low-flow shower head and keep water off when brushing teeth or shaving to save water every day. Join Odyssey, and together each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow.
Score big with Xfinity Internet. It's made to do anything, so you can do anything. Supercharge your home with the game-changing speed of supersonic Wi-Fi. With 3 times more bandwidth, it covers the field and then some. And blocks billions of threats with advanced security that helps keep you protected at home and on the go. If you're keeping score, that's internet that does it all. That's unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas.
Listen to Bonte and Shasky each day this week around 7:30 for your chance to win a $200 gift card to Kirby. Kirby is your driveway mechanic. Brakes, oil changes, car washes, and more. Get all the info on our contest page at 957thegame.com.
Now, back to the morning roast with Bonte and Shasky.
I got a funny text from Worldwide Hef I'll read after Bobby Marks. I don't want Bobby Marks to hang up the phone. It's a pretty funny text. I think you'll like it, Shasky. I think Spadoni will like it. Loveman, I have no idea. Craig Mack would definitely like the text. Text was pretty good. I may, implement it into this program. We'll see. Bobby Marks, ESPN NBA front office insider. He joins us now in the morning roast. And we love Bobby Marks because he said Stephen Curry is the second greatest player of all time. And here in the Bay Area, we love hearing stuff like that, especially with Steph coming off his finals MVP. Warriors winning the NBA championship, their 4th in the last 8 years, 7th overall in franchise history. And basketball is ramping back up. And Bobby, we need to figure out some numbers, man. Good morning.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Oh, man, we're doing well. Ring night's coming up October 18th. And the Warriors have an embarrassment of riches. You already know. You look at the roster. Who's going to get minutes? Who's not going to get minutes? You got the young studs and Kuminga, Moody, Wiseman, Jordan Poole, Wiggins. You got the core with Steph, Clay, and Dre. So let's go. Let's start with this. Tyler Hero signs a 4-year, $130 million deal. Is that the floor for Jordan Poole on his upcoming contract extension? What do you think happens with Jordan Poole in the next couple of weeks?
Well, I think when that number came out, and it's 120. There's another $10 million in unlikely bonuses that he won't hit. So it's a $27 million starting number. Goes up to $33 million. So I think if you're the Golden State front office when that number came out, I think you probably cringed a little bit here because now if you're Jordan Poole, you're looking at maybe not 120, but maybe 112. I mean, remember Anthony Simons got 4 years, $100 million.
Yeah. This
past offseason, and and the cap's going up to 134. I think at the minimum number for Poole is probably 4 years, $112 million. I think that's, I think anything less than that, and you're certainly going into restricted free agency next year. I think Hero's a little bit more different. I think Tyler is probably a little more established than Jordan, over the 3 years. Certainly what Jordan did last year, probably, I guess, is from an overall big picture, is probably a little bit better than certainly Tyler, who struggled here and there. But yeah, I mean, it's going to cost you. I mean, Joe Lacob has been on the record saying that they're not spending $400 million in luxury tax and salary in next off season. And I have a piece coming out next week, and it says you don't got to be a math major to figure out you can't bring back the same roster and not spend that amount. So somebody is going to have to go. Somebody is not going to be back from this group when we talk about next year.
Yeah, and so if you were kind of ranking them, I guess, in terms of what you deem to be the most important for the immediate future of the guys, Jordan Poole's one of them. You got Wiggins coming up, and then Draymond, and then eventually down the line, obviously Klay Thompson. How would you rank them in terms of importance of getting locked up to a long-term deal?
Well, I think Klay's probably 4, just because he's got 2 years left.
Yeah.
Last year was really the only, his first year healthy on that 5-year contract. So, we basically have punted, 2 years worth there. So I think Klay is probably, on the back end. I wouldn't, I don't think you're going to be entertaining extension talks before the 17th. I'd be surprised. I think Poole is, I would probably put 3, just based on. You basically control. He's not an unrestricted free agent. He's a restricted free agent next offseason. You've got the match on an offer sheet. However, the cost of him might be higher than it is next offseason compared to maybe what it is going to be in the next 2 weeks here. Wiggins is an unrestricted free agent, right? I mean, you've got to figure out, like, are you comfortable paying him $30 million, $32 million? And then the Draymond question is going to be interesting here. He's got a $27.5 million player option here. Does he look like he has, from his perspective, does it look like he has sacrificed in his prior 2 contracts? I think you could probably look at it that way. If he does not get an extension by the 17th, he's still eligible up until June 30th, but the first year of the extension's got to be the same as the player option. So at a minimum, he's getting a $28 million starting salary in year 1 here. So we all know the value of Draymond as far as what he brings to this team. Are you giving him an extension based on what he's done in the past, or what the future is going to hold for him? I think that's kind of where teams run into a problem here. It's almost like it's a tie, but I think Poole is a priority, but not as probably much as far as figuring out what Wiggins is going to do. And I think certainly, with Draymond, the Lakers are sitting on $35 million in cap space next year. If he becomes a free agent, is he a priority for them? Are they willing to commit long term when LeBron and AD are basically on 1-year deals?
Interesting. Bobby Marks, ESPN NBA front office insider here on the Roast on 95.7 The Game with Joe Shasky, the Butcher, and Bonta Hill. So you have Wiggins there. That's intriguing because I feel like his market's going to be trending up coming off of that postseason performance. Game 5, of course, against the Celtics in the finals, 26-13. He was probably the Warriors' second. When you talk about consistency, he was right behind Stephen Curry there in that postseason. Is that a guy the Warriors can't afford to leave, or do you look at the bench and say, well, they have Moody, they have Kuminga coming, you still have Jordan Poole at his rights? Is that a guy you think the Warriors would be comfortable letting walk? Because he looks real comfortable in the system, Bobby.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice insurance policy that you have, and you're going to need big years out of Kuminga and Moody and certainly Jordan Poole when you have those young lottery players picked in the lottery as kind of that next man up. So in case maybe the price tag for Andrew Wiggins is too high next offseason, you do have an insurance policy here. I think the Wiggins price tag is going to be interesting because we saw what happened in Minnesota when he was basically the number 1 or number 2 guy. And I don't know if he's the right person for every team out there. I don't think he's a franchise player. So, as you know, franchise players make north of $35 million. So do teams kind of get scared off based on what they saw in Minnesota as far as his first 5 years? I think he's found a great comfort level as far as being that third guy in Golden State. And I think I would be a little bit nervous if I'm looking at him being at that number 1 or that number 2 guy from a team other than Golden State.
Bobby, as someone who was a team builder in a front office, and as someone who's now evaluating the entire league and seeing all the situations, from a team building aspect, is this like GM ecstasy? You've got an owner who's willing to, for the most part, spend whatever it takes. You obviously have all of these young players that you're hoping can develop. You still have one of the top, 2 or 3 best players in the NBA at minimum in Steph Curry. You got a bunch of veterans. Like, when you look and how team building comes about, is this about as awesome as you can see around the league, in the history of the league? Because I can't think of anything that comes close to this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could probably point to, back in the day, San Antonio, right, as far as how and the longevity of it, where you draft, Tim Duncan and then Manu and Tony Parker, and then you had that great run, until, now they're retooling here. But I think what's interesting in Golden State is they kind of check the boxes, right? We know how great they've drafted. They hit on the trade. They went through that lull, that 2-year gap period where ownership was still willing to spend, similar to what we're seeing down in LA with the Clippers here. Kawhi and Paul George get hurt, but they're willing to go out and extend Robert Covington and Iveka Zubac and go out and get Norman Powell and Covington, when the team was heading towards the play-in here. So, I mean, if you have an owner that's, willing to commit resources when the roster is not up to par, but knowing down the road Clay is going to get healthy, Steph's going to get healthy, Draymond's going to get healthy. You've got these lottery picks here then that's what every front office wants here. And they've done it right. I mean, they certainly have be able to win a championship after, 2 years of lottery, and then, being in the play-in, is something that we don't see very often. It's incredibly hard to do.
So Joe Lacob got fined $500,000 talking about the luxury tax and the penalties, and we look at the Warriors cap situation. Do you think the NBA will do something about that? Because a lot of Warrior fans, Shasky knows this, it feels unfair that they're getting penalized for developing their own talent. Now, I know they brought in Andrew Wiggins from Minnesota, but that was basically they had that lane, that salary cap situation right there with Andrew Wiggins. What do you think the NBA will do about this moving forward, about the luxury tax?
Well, for me personally, I mean, I would love to see a way where teams that do draft are not penalized as much, if you're drafting, Steph or Draymond or Kuminga, any of those, maybe you're getting, instead of, you're getting 50% tax on those type players here. I think certainly the Wiggins situation is different here, or maybe the player going into that rookie extension like Jordan Poole, you're not getting, if he's making $25 million, maybe you're only getting taxed on $12 million of that. I mean, I'd love to see that because I think it does reward teams for drafting well. Well, but on the other end, you're going to have, these probably some of these mid or small markets saying, well, wait a minute, when's enough's enough? When is, we can have Golden State and the Clippers spending $400 million in salary and luxury tax next year, but you're getting that money to you, right? The distribution is going to be at an all-time high. So I think there's a handful of owners that probably want to see a harsher penalty from the luxury tax. I think there's a handful that are saying, well, wait a minute, let's maybe we tweak the system here where we're getting a little bit relief as far as from a luxury tax standpoint based on how well we draft.
Yeah, we've got NBA insider Bobby Marks with us. Used to work in the front office for NBA teams, and he just knows how the inner workings of the front office goes. One last question here for you, Bobby. Just hypothetically, I don't want anyone traded, but if you're looking at the young guys the Warriors do have, the Kuminga, Wiseman, Moody, Jordan Poole, who's got the most outside value out of curiosity? Who's the player that the rest of the league would want the most of those young guys?
I would say probably Kuminga. Just because he's going into year 2, he's on this inexpensive rookie contract. He's a big wing. He's probably, certainly behind from an offensive standpoint where Jordan is, and probably even where Moody is. But I think the total upside of him is probably higher than the other, 3 or 4 players. I think certainly with Wiseman, the injuries, and we'll see. Hey, this is a big year for him. He's going into year 3 here. If he has a big year, he'll be part of the future here. But I think for me, when I look at the younger players, it's probably Kuminga.
Yeah, that's a good call, Bobby Marks. We appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Can't wait for basketball. Should be exciting, especially here in the Bay Area.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Anytime, Bobby Marks, NBA front office insider there. Kuminga, the most coveted.
Who, if I asked you that same question,
probably be Kuminga.
You think so?
Because of the injury, like Bobby just said, the injuries to Wiseman. I think Wiseman's going to be a very, very good player, and I think he's going to pop this year.
Okay.
Now, what does it look like in terms of stats? I'm not saying 20 and 10, but I think he fills a role very, very.
We're asking a hypothetical question.
No doubt, but it's got to be Kuminga, right?
Well, I'm looking at someone like Jordan Poole, and I find it interesting. I think it's
because we don't consider him young, right? He's about to enter his 4th season.
But he's still very young.
He's still very, very young.
And I look at someone like Anthony Simmons who got that money, and I'm like, what has he really done? Not that Poole's done anything of significance. I'm not saying that Poole has, but like the way the NBA works, it's like, oh, you show a little bit of promise, 4 years, $100 million.
Right.
And it's like, damn, I'm like, the money is wild.
Would you say Poole's had a bigger impact, though, than Anthony Simons? Because
when your team wins, yes, it makes sense.
But like, you got to do it at the highest levels, right? With the biggest stages. And Poole, even though he was inconsistent in the postseason, had some really, really good games.
But he's got one full good season, right? Like,
well, season and a half.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Full season. That's why I said, he didn't have, I know he had half a season, but one good full season. And I really like him, and I love where he's going in his trajectory, but he's also a guard. And guards come into the league, it feels like 2-1 versus some of the bigs that are out there. He doesn't play great defense. Like, I'm just.
So is that a guy that you may be considering the price tag? You would maybe think about.
I want to keep him. I want to keep him. I think he fits the ethos of the organization.
That's the thing. You could say you have all these guards, right?
Yes.
You have all these guards. But how many guards can play off the ball and on the ball?
Well, and he just fits with the whole flow of the team. I'm with you. I think he's worth more to the Warriors than he would be to someone else.
Right.
Hypothetically, Orlando or the Knicks.
Well, you heard what he said.
Make sense to me.
You heard what he said about Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins is probably not going to carry a franchise. We saw that. But as your third, fourth best player, and we saw that roll in the postseason, wide open threes, getting to the rim, playing solid defense. He fits what the Warriors do. And so I feel like that with Jordan Poole, where, he doesn't play the greatest defense, but defense is, can you at least try? Steph at least tried, and he's gotten better over time. That's the biggest adjustment for, I think, young players in the NBA is defensively. Where to be, how to defend a pick and roll, how to stay in front of your men. They struggle. Young players struggle at that end.
And this whole, carrier franchise, Giannis is one of the greatest players the game's ever seen. And when he doesn't have his running mate with him, they get bowed out in the playoffs.
Chris Middleton.
I mean, you got to have players around. Don't get me wrong. LeBron was amazing, and what he did was amazing. The East was slightly watered. I'm not taking it anywhere. It was slightly watered down. I'm not sure if I plopped vintage LeBron into the East today, that he's having the same number of success all the way through. And then when he did win championships, they had Bosh and Wade and everything. And so I just think we do this thing in the NBA where, you're not a franchise player.
Right.
How many of those guys really are there in the league?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man, what they do decide to do to go to State Warriors, that is, because Draymond does have the player option. What if Draymond does opt out and says, I want to be a free agent, you have to pay me? That'd be very, very interesting. Andrew Wiggins going to be a free agent. Wiggs fits perfully.
I think Wiggs right now, I got to see Wiggs come back.
No,
I'm saying, I want to see him come back to the Warriors.
Yeah, he's so comfortable here defensively, guarding wings.
He was outstanding in the Dallas series.
And then how ready will Kuminga and Moody be next season?
I don't know.
Are they going to be ready for that role? So, and then when you look at Jordan Poole, when we talk about guards real quick on Poole, his ability to play off the ball and run the second unit is invaluable.
Well, and his ability to dribble, drive, penetrate, and get to the cup, which is a rare skill for this team.
Getting to the free throw line?
Yeah.
Do you really want that to walk away? Do you really want him to
No, he's got a lot of growth to do on the defensive side. And I think passing, he got better as the year went on in terms of setting up others around him. He still at times can take YOLO shots.
Dude, but I do love that pick and roll, the pick and roll with him and Wiseman coming up. That's going to be nasty.
Well, I'm excited for that. I'm on big time. I'm starting to come to the realization, and I hope I'm wrong, but it does feel like maybe at some point, not this year, maybe it's next year or the year after, one of the young guys is probably not going to pan out or not going to be on this team. We have to be realistic here, right? It might be Moody, or maybe it's Kuminga, maybe it's Wiseman. What? Maybe it is Jordan Poole that ends up taking a leave somewhere else.
Right.
To think that all of them are going to remain, I hope it happens. I want it to happen. That's why I'm going to enjoy this season for what it is. But the NBA is so fickle and things happen so quick.
So if you had to rank it, Wiggins number one, got to keep him?
To me, Wiggins is more important than Jordan Poole right now.
Okay.
For right now.
Where would you put Draymond Green?
For winning a ring in the next 2 years.
Where do you put Draymond Green in that equation?
See, I think Draymond Green's lower on the pecking order right now than maybe he is for other people. You could say I'm a Draymond hater. He was unplayable for multiple games of the finals. Now, Joe, one series, he had rough stretches. He was really good in a couple of the closeout games, but rough stretches. Rough stretches.
That's why this season is going to be so intriguing with the Warriors, because you got them wanting to repeat as champions.
Yeah.
But you also have the individual guys wanting to get their money. We talk about Aaron Judge in the contract year.
I know.
Wiggins now in the contract year. Jordan Poole. Well, we'll see what happens in the next week or two if he signs an extension or what the Warriors do there. Then, if he goes and become a restricted free agent, all of a sudden you get the Orlando Magic who say, hey, here's $200 million. You comfortable paying Jordan Poole $200 million?
No.
And moves like that, you think people went crazy over GP too. If Poole was to wear a Magic jersey, or I'm just throwing teams out there, a Wizards jersey, Warrior fans will be out, right?
Yeah.
You talk about guys who make the crowd
the
pop.
energy, he's a showstopper.
Dude, he's a showstopper.
When you go to the game and you're in that arena, that crowd vibes off. I mean, Curry, clearly, it vibes off him. Well, and the harsh reality is, if Draymond and Klay Thompson want to remain Warriors for life, on the next contract for both of them,
take a little dip.
They have to.
They got to take a little dip.
They're not max players anymore.
Yeah,
and I know Draymond's not a full max, but if you want to stay, you got to meet in the middle and you got to compromise a little. You want to buy a house in the Bay Area?
Right.
You're not going to get everything. You're not going to get a 5-bedroom house. You're not going to get a flat property with a huge yard. Yeah, well, there's something that you're going to have to compromise on.
You're not getting a laundry room?
A mud room.
What about a man cave? You're not getting that? Damn, kind of depressing. Anyway.
No, but I'm going to enjoy this season.
No doubt.
Every step of the way.
But in the back of your mind, you're going to be like, somebody's not going to be here.
Well,
somebody, maybe. We'll see.
I enjoyed the Kevin Durant final year. Everyone lost their minds about whether he's going to leave or stay or go. And I tried to just live in the moment, and I was in denial. And then when he left, it was a gut punch.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed every second of that. And I know a lot of people didn't because of the coverage around it. So I want to give Warrior fans the coverage that they deserve, which is you're the repeating champs. We have a great team. Let's just try to win as many games as we can to put ourselves in a position to where we can win another title.
This is so fun. It's going to be so fun. By the way, Spadoni wants to know about the text before we flex. Worldwide Hef. He loves being on the show. Would be funny to start the show one day. Good morning, listeners. Good night, strippers. I don't feel comfortable with that. I'm not going to say goodnight to the strippers. Go out be sleeping on the couch? No. And by the way, strippers work around the clock. They got to get ready for the brunch shift. Cold Club, baby, coming up. All right, let's move on to Flex. You may want to dump that.